Today on the channel we've got tanks. So many tanks we couldn't fit it all on the table, and an Imperialis Militia Armoured Column with infantry support. Opposite them stand a transhuman wall of unbreakable iron hands. It's 5,000 points. It's Horus Heresy. And to help me bring this story to life is James from UK. Say hi, James.
Hi, James.
Right, last time you were here, it was an awesome game versus Imperialis Militia. Best game of Heresy I ever played. It's got lots of views as well.
It has. It was crazy.
And you said after that one you'd go away and add tanks.
I did. I said I wouldn't make you play against all those troops again.
No. So how many tanks have you got now?
So I've got 3 boxes full of tanks. It's about 40 tanks, something like that now. So not all Russers. There's all different flavours and all different bits and all different sizes. And
I said don't bring all of them today.
No.
So we just got the 5,000 thing.
Just got 5k of tanks.
Where did you get all the tanks from?
So I was set about eBay rescuing. So a load of my Russers were eBay rescues, and then I set to and did dozer blades and track guards and the trench rails, you know, the bits that go on the back that stick out, and covered them in stowage. So I sculpted a load of extra stowage because I was doing tanks, and I sculpted dozer blades, and I sculpted track guards, and I've sculpted Tox filters to go on the top of them, so they've got all the weird filters to make my tanks look Heresy. And then I was prying all of the sponsons off, because it turns out you can't put sponsons on Russers in Heresy.
This is the thing, you see, because you're basically a massive hobbyist. You're a massive nerd like me, and this is how you essentially built your business. It's building on the stuff that you wanted that you couldn't get. So all these things are now available on your website.
They are indeed, yeah.
Cool. So this is before we put the miniatures down. The battle mats from urbanmats.com, and all the lovely scenery that you see, minus the Games Workshop creators, but all the buildings and all the stuff and the tank tracks and the statues, they're all from muchmore.co.uk. And 150 years ago, a great champion of the Imperium came to this planet and fought in this city when it wasn't in ruins, and brought enlightenment and brought the imperial truth. And that hero is called Horus. And they've been taught all about Horus in school, and they completely love him. But today the Iron Hands are trying to bring you back to the fold. So what I like to think is this is the site of that battle 150 years ago that brought the people back into compliance, and now it's all overgrown and weedy and things like that. And today it's also going to be the site of a battle between the Loyalist Iron Hands and this Imperialis Militia. How do you say that word?
Imperialis Militia?
Yes, that one. Between those forces. Lots of tanks.
The Loyalist Imperialist Militia, yeah?
You think you're loyalist.
We are
think
loyal.
We're definitely loyalists. But we've got to overthrow the military here to reteach the population that Horus is a bad guy. So yeah, fighting in and amongst the ruins of an ancient battlefield. James, I managed to get 5,000 points on the nose, which I feel is an achievement. On achievement when you're doing 5,000 points.
You've won.
I know. And this is a single force org as well. I didn't have to jimmy away with everything. So people watching this will think, 1 minute, there's a lot of tanks there.
There is a lot of tanks.
So this is an armoured spearhead.
Okay.
So the way it works is, the Sakaran is my HQ. It's got +1 ballistic skill and a 5 invulnerable save.
Okay.
And if you bring a Sakaran along as your HQ, then those land raiders become dedicated transport to anyone who would normally take a Rhino.
Not just Terminators.
Not just Terminators. So we've got tactical squads jumping inside of land raiders.
Excellent.
Which frees up 1 heavy slot, 2 heavy slots, 3 heavy slots.
Wow.
So double Derrideos, double Predators with the Melters, double Vindicators with the Magna laser destroyers. We've got dozer blades and all the things. A couple of Rhinos for a couple more tactical squads there. And the Sakaran is my warlord. And because the Sakaran becomes your warlord, you don't get 2 actions a turn. You don't get any additional warlord traits. It's just 1 reaction every single turn, and he gets beefed up. And Iron Hands are -1 strength when you shoot at anything that is infantry or a dreadnought.
Okay.
So they're all -1 strength. The other thing that I get is a 6-up, it will not die on all my vehicles.
Nice.
So that's what Iron Hands do. The other thing that Iron Hands do is there are grav guns, which are nasty against vehicles and dreadnoughts, and you can upgrade them to grav shredders. So there's a lot of grav weaponry in here. It's only 12-inch range, but if any of your tanks and any of your vehicles get within 12-inch range of the Gorgon Terminators, there's 3 grav shredders in there. Or the 20-man and 20-man Medusan Immortals here, there's 4 grav in each of those squads there.
Okay.
So what we've got in the line option is 1, 2, 3, 4 troops choices. 2 are jumping in Rhinos, 2 are jumping in Land Raiders, and 2 of the squads have Fists and Vexillas, and 2 of the squads just have Power Mauls. There's a tactical support squad with Plasma. They're jumping inside a Land Raider as well. And then at the front, I do have an Iron Father Praetor and a Herald, but he isn't my Warlord. These are not Warlords, these are just extra HQ slots. He's got a twin pair of Lightning Claws, and he's an Iron Father, so he's got a 3-up invulnerable save, Mechadendrite Hive, 5-up field. He's a 225 point model, I think. He's very expensive.
It's nearly as expensive as my big tanks.
It is nearly as expensive as one of your massive tanks, yeah. And then there's a Herald with a banner and a chainsword, and they're both got 3-up invulnerable saves, Cyber Familiars, because you can do that with Iron Hands. And the idea is both of these squads are going to join a big squad of 10 Cataphracti Terminators. They're slow, they're ponderous, but they've all got Volkite. There's maces, there's chain fists, there's hammers in there. And that makes them score, as well as the 4 infantry squads that are scoring. Nice. Then I've got 10 Gorgon Terminators, because Iron Hands, I had to bring them along. And then these guys, these Immortals, they're stubborn leadership 10.
Wow.
They just want to die. These are survivors of the drop site massacre, and they're just here to kill as many traitors as they can. And in their eyes, you're traitors, you follow Horus, you must die. And they've got a natural feel no pain as well. And then if they're on an objective, that feel no, they actually have a Heart of the Legion, and that feel no pain will go up to a 4-up feel no pain. But there's a fist and a fist. There's 4 grav shredders in each. And another thing you can do with Medusan Immortals is you can swap out the bolters for chainswords for free. So everyone has chainswords, because they all have hatred traitors as well. I mean, if I throw a Space Marine into a squad of guardsmen, I'm probably winning that fight anyway.
Probably are.
So this is complete overkill, but they should
punch that guardsman to death with a giant fist.
Yes, and loads of chainswords and loads of attacks. So this is complete overkill. But what they do, I said do, is give me a fair amount of board control, a good swarm, a good move block thing. There's quite a bit of grav in there as well. They're heavy, so they can't run. They're breaches. But yeah, a big couple of footprints there, which is nice, along with the 20 Terminators storming up the table, and along with all the tactical squads that can score. It's a juicy list. It's absolutely free. I like it. James,
yeah,
you might recognise the bases as well.
They're very pretty.
They're all from marchofwar.co.uk, because you do resin bases.
I do resin bases.
I gave them
I said do.
You said do as well. Because they're all black and things, that's why I gave them these little tufts of orange and yellow to make them pop. And then if you guys are wondering where all the breacher shields come from, and all these shoulder pads and all the conversion bits that you see in all of these are all from James as well, because he's really talented. And when I started the Iron Hands project this year, I said, James, I need servo arms, I need lights, I need skulls, I need things, and
mechadendrites.
And mechadendrites. There's look, he's got mechadendrites hanging off of his back there. And so you sculpted them all up.
Made them all up for you, mate.
Which is good, because I like the fact.
Look really pretty.
Exactly.
I'm looking across. You've got a lot of skulls on there, haven't you?
Loads of skulls. I wanted my Iron Hands to look really Iron Handsy.
They do.
I didn't want them to look just like hot out of the box. Yeah. So I appreciate all the work that you did.
Great,
and yeah, and that's where I got all the stuff from. Let's check out the Imperialis Militia. And this is just below 5,000 points of Imperialis Militia, and we're looking at 15 Lehman Russes and a Command Lehman Russ.
Yes.
A couple of Bane Blades. I don't know what these are.
Malcador Defender is
right.
The little one.
Yes.
And the big one is a Marcarius with the Twin Vanquisher.
Okay. So Imperialis Militia is essentially taking Imperial Guard in Games of Horus Heresy.
Yep.
And you can get the PDF on the Warhammer community website.
You can.
How to run them that way. And talk about what they do. They've got a thing.
So we get Provenances of War, which
Yes.
are kind of like our chapter trait kind of equivalents. chapter trait. It's not a chapter yet, is it?
No.
No. So we have got Industrial Stronghold.
Yes.
Which basically lets me take 2 additional heavy slots,
Right.
but they have to be filled with Russers.
So that's all the Russers.
Which also lets me squadron Russers. So
Right.
as standard in Militia, you can only take a single Russ for a single slot.
Right.
Whereas once you take Industrial Stronghold, you can take squadrons of up to 5.
Okay.
And 2 additional slots. So I get 5 slots. Yes.
So like that's 1 unit.
Yeah.
And that's 1 unit.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. We've added a heavy slot as well because it's cool.
Yeah.
Over here. And then the other thing is...
Legacies of the Great Crusade,
right.
which is basically just well-trained troops. So all my elite troops,
yes.
which they're not elites, but my elite troops and my grenadiers and my command squads get +1 ballistic skill.
So they can shoot a bit better.
Shoot a bit better.
Nice.
They're well-practiced at the shooting.
Then there's a third line mechanic because basically after the Great Crusade swept across the galaxy, the Solar Auxilia, they kept their Russes and their tanks up to scratch. They're always combat effective. You've got tech marines looking after them, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But the galaxy is awash with millions of tanks left in storage.
Exactly. So parking lots full of Russers, basically, just waiting to be used.
Yeah, and they break it out on parade day once a year, every year. So they've got a third, what's it called?
Third line. So third line basically is because... to represent the mass numbers of vehicles they've got, they can never be... A glance counts as a pen, basically.
A glance counts as a pen.
Yeah, they can never be glanced, you just get pens.
If I get a glancing hit, it's an auto pen.
Auto pen.
So shaking these, stunning these is going to be quite easy. Yeah. But Russers are 14 on the front, so maybe not so
as
easy.
easy, but still easy.
Right, and then do you have a Warlord trait?
No Warlord trait, no. So with what we were doing with the story was the tank commander, who is the old hat of the... What's it? So he's brought his tank company, and so this is my warlord down here, this little chappie,
right? Because
he's a guy on foot.
Yes.
So him have come together, brought he's brought his armoured company, he's brought his on foot company,
yes,
to come and stand up for Lupercal.
Lupercal is not the way forward. Lupercal is history.
The way it's always been.
He turned bad.
Freedom of fight, yeah. He freed us from the oppressors of the weird Xenosy goodness.
No, but you're mistaken. He's turned bad now.
Is he bad now?
He's a baddie.
I don't believe you. How can the great Lupercal be a baddie now?
We're going to teach you at the point of a blade how bad he is. So he's your warlord.
Yep.
And then
he's the warlord.
He's the warlord in a command squad.
In a command squad with a lieutenant.
Right.
And a standard.
And a commissar here. He's a discipline officer.
He's a discipline man, yeah.
Right. And then
just a load of bodyguards with him.
Okay.
With one guy who's the sharpshooter.
Okay. And then a bunch of grenadiers.
Yeah. So we've got 10 grenadiers with las with grenade launchers, 10 grenadiers with las and grenade launchers. We've got the Vox reroll scatter jobby guys.
Nuncio
Vox, that's the word. And then we've got 10 guys with shotguns and 2 melters.
Nice.
10 guys with shotguns, 2 melters. Both got sergeants, got Nuncio Voxes again.
Okay. Who are these?
These are just so I want to say the general rabble. They're not the general rabble. These are actually still well-trained guardsmen. They're not conscripts.
Okay.
So these are squads of 20 guardsmen with a sergeant with a plasma in each.
Okay.
So
and then
and that
yes.
is 60 dudes.
Yeah.
And it's one slot, one troop slot.
Is it?
You get 3 in one slot.
Okay. And then all these have line as well.
They're all line, yeah.
Except for the command squad.
No, command squad's line.
Because of the banner.
Yeah.
Okay, so lots of scoring options there. I like it, but they are mere humans in a transhuman war.
A bit of transhuman dread might be coming in.
What are these guys at the back?
So then we've got 5 missile launchers behind just a heavy weapon team.
So that's a heavy weapon team.
5 heavy weapon teams, missile launchers, and then we've got 3 Thunderfire cannons and 3 Thunderfire cannons. They are little artilleries, basically.
Baby artillery. Do they pin?
They do pin.
They can pin.
They can pin.
Okay, so and then tanks, more tanks, and more tanks. So we're back to the deployment shot where these heroes of the Imperium, these brave Imperialis militia, are getting assaulted by some transhumans that are telling them that Horus is bad.
Yes.
They're clearly lying. And James couldn't fit everything on the table. He's ran all the way down the line. Essentially, his HQ, the Malcarius, and the 60 guardsmen couldn't fit. So they're going to come running on from reserves later on. And I'd like to tell you what everything is and where everything is, but basically, tanks. While James couldn't fit everything on the table, I could. Here is my tank commander, my HQ down here. And in the Land Raider with the Hunter Killer on, that is the tactical support squad with plasma. And in fact, my scoring stuff is the banner in the middle. We've got 20 Terminators in the middle. And then 40 infantry down this end. Because today we're playing Onslaught. And the Guard currently have first turn. And the way Onslaught works is there's an objective in the opponent's there's an objective in each deployment zone. After we put everything down, you put an objective down, I put an objective down. The objective that I put down is right below that Baneblade there.
Yeah, it's like in that gap there.
Yes, in the crater. And the objective that you put down is here.
Yes.
We're both trying to break each other's lines, destroy each other's armies, and if you take the objective, you essentially win the game.
Yep.
If neither of us takes the objective, or both of us takes the objective, then it's going to come down to who killed more and whether the Warlord's dead or not. And I'm regretting putting my tank on the table in turn 1. You put yours in reserve, and I'm like, I should have put mine in reserve. I should have put mine in reserve. Because it's, see, I think I can get there. Unless you car park up, unless you...
Depends how many Russers stay on the table,
It depends how much armour is between me and you. So I think I can get there. I'm not sure whether the Guard... You've got a couple of Grenadier squads over here and the rest coming on from reserve. I'm not sure you can get here. So I think James is playing the long game here, which is stop either of us scoring and then just go down to kill more and Warlord kill. And that's why I had to spread out everywhere, because I didn't know where you were going to put the objective. So I've got some Immortals out of position, the Terminator's in the middle, and these Immortals, which are definitely in position because you put the objective down here. And all these guys on foot can't run. They're all heavy.
Yes.
And they can't, there's no point in them going up there. They need to come all the way down this end.
And they're so fast.
And they're so fast. And currently our first turn as well, which is absolutely terrifying. Unless, of course, I manage to steal the initiative.
You don't want to steal the initiative. That would be very rude.
Definitely do. There's a lot of guns. So looking for a 6.
Oh, it's not a 6.
That's 6.
That's like wipe the sweat away. Then I was getting worried because you've got so many guns as well.
There's 5,000 points of guns
There's
aside.
a lot of guns.
Let's unleash hell. With smoke fumes belching into the air, a wall of armour rumbles straight down towards the Iron Hand lines. On this flank, there's a couple of really big tanks looking at the objective that the Guard want to take, with some Grenadiers running along beside them. In the middle, we've got some Demolishers and some Vanquishers. Look like they want to chuck some shells down into Terminators, perhaps backed up by a Baneblade over here. And there's some more Demolisher tanks and some more Demolisher tanks looking at the Land Raiders and looking at my troops that want to break your lines over here. And then there's the plasma behind. The artillery can see indirect, and there will be a boom of firepower erupting across the Space Marine lines. So we're opening up the shooting phase with this squadron firing Demolisher shells down in this Land Raider here. Am I shrouding this? I don't think I'm shrouding this.
Here we go.
The first shot. It's only scatters a little bit, so it will definitely hit the tank. The second shot. That scatters
miles.
1 minute. Scatters off that tank, hits the other tank. Brilliant. And the last shot is a hit. Strength 12, 2 on this one, 2d6 with ordnance, but guys, that's a penetrating hit. And the second one is Snake Eyes, brilliant. And then the other tank that you managed to hit.
The second one.
That's a pen as well. So pen on both of the tanks. Cover on the right tank, cover on the left tank. No. So on the right tank, what does it do? It shakes it. And the left tank, what does it do?
That's the
right scatter dice. Brilliant. 2 shaken results, so a whole point each, but they're reinforced, so they ignore the shaken result. They won't be snap firing.
We got 1 las cannon, 1 flamer, 1 bolter, so the las cannon can do
It's
something.
the las cannon, yeah. Which,
not like that.
No, you can't do it.
Shooting like Guard.
Behind the Demolishers, you've got a triple plasma squadron firing plasma down into my Terminators. None of the weapons get hot, and let's see if you scatter. It scatters a bit, we'll work it out. And then the next shot is a direct hit. And the next shot
Final one
is
a direct hit.
Is it?
Yeah.
In the end, that was 18 hits into my Cataphractii squad. 2's to wound, 4's breach. So those are 2-up saves.
Yep.
But these are all 4-up saves.
4 ups.
That's a lot of failed saves. Let's chuck in the 2-ups as well. At least I didn't roll any 1s. That nuked 4 of the Cataphractii Terminators that are attached to the Forge Lord with the banner there. There's 6 left with those 2 HQ. Moving down the line, we've got Demolisher Squadron number 2, firing at the same Land Raider here because I'm not getting cover from this. I've got to shroud something at some point, but I'm worried about the Bane Blades, so I'm sticking it for the Bane Blade. Yeah. Okay, let's see if you hit.
A lot of guns off a Bane Blade.
Yes. And the first shot, that will hit. The second shot will scatter 3 inches, which is still a hit. Yes.
We get a hit.
Okay, so triple hits, Ordnance 12, 2d6 pick the highest, and the first one, pens. And the second one, pens. And the third one, pens with no cover.
No cover.
So what's the result? Is stunned, shaken, and shaken. Long story short, it's down to 1 hull point remaining.
And it's fine.
And reinforced doesn't stop the stun move. It can't move.
Okay.
It can't move. It's locked in place. It's ringing like a dinner bell. No. Right, behind those 3 tanks is the tank commander.
Yeah.
With a regular battle cannon. It's only strength 8, but getting down and looking, the only thing he can put it on is the Land Raider. So he's trying to hit the Land Raider. And that's a hit on a Land Raider. You need a 6 to glance it to death.
Come on.
And that's a 4. You don't glance it to death.
And then the las cannon, though.
Yes.
Can he be lucky with his las cannon? No. Las cannons always roll 1s for me.
So we're on to the Bane Blade, which is a Lord of War, so it can shoot at what it wants. Okay. So 2 las cannons on that side are going to pick off the injured Land Raider. The 2 las cannons on this side are going to try and shake or stun a Predator down here to stop the amount of firepower coming back. And then the turret weapons and the Demolisher cannon and all the heavy bolters, of which there's quite a lot, are going to come rattling into the squad of Terminators that you've nuked already. And I don't want to lose any more, so I'm definitely shrouding this. Okay. But let's start off with 2 las cannons into Land Raider over here.
I can't roll double one, can I?
You can't roll double ones. You get 2 hits. 2 hits. Okay, strength 9. With Sunder, you can reroll that.
Which is lucky because there's that double one.
Yeah, there was the double one. No, nothing. It just bounces off the hull. What about the 2 las cannons into the Predator?
2 las cannons into the Predator.
Can you hit? You hit once because you're hitting on 4s, right?
On 4s,
your guard. Strength 9, front armor 13. That's a penetrating hit. I need a 6 up on the cover on my Pred. That's not a 6. And the result of this is a 5. That's weapon destroyed. Was that, James?
Definitely the melter, yeah?
Definitely not the melter. I'm going to rip off the left las cannon thingy bob here. In fact, that's probably the worst result because if it was shaken or stunned, it'll only be snap firing back at you. You've only rippled off a melter. Now we've got some big guns that never tire coming into the Terminators. Right, here's the Bane Blade cannon coming in. And James is sticking it there because it will hit 4 in one squad, which is shrouding, and 3 in the other squad as well. Very sneaky.
Snacker.
I like it. And that's a direct hit. So, wounding on 2s into the Terminators, the Cataphractii one, 6s a rend, and there's a couple of rends. I need a 2-up and some 4-ups, and you do a wound, and it does pin, and I'm not pinned.
Which luckily, your -1 strength thing actually saves you there, because I'd have doubled you out with strength 8.
Exactly.
I don't, so it saved 1.
Yeah, you're right. That strength 8 hit becomes a strength 7 hit, so you don't kill a Terminator and then 2 more hit the Gorgon Terminators in the back. Looking for 2s on these as well, and 1 rends and 1 doesn't rend. And again, it won't double me out, but I take a wound. But you put in the Demolisher here, which will double me out if you hit, because this is strength 12. And nope, that's scattering back 6 inches. Scatter straight back into the Gorgon Terminators, hits 4 of them.
4 of them down.
Here we go. 2.
2s.
Okay, it rends on a 6 and it's brutal 3.
Brutal 3.
Okay, so that rending one, I need to make 3, 5 up invulnerable saves. No, that will double one out and kill it. And then the other ones, I get full Terminator saves. But if I fail one of these, you kill them. So that doesn't kill 1, and that does. You nuke 2 of them. Autocannon.
2 shots on 4s.
They both hit.
And then rending 6+.
There's a rend on the Cataphractii, which kills the Cataphractii, and then lots of heavy bolters. And this is 20 twin-linked heavy bolter shots.
On 4s.
With the reroll. After the reroll, 17 hits.
17.
Forced to wound though. Iron Hand Legion trait kicking in there. It would have been 3s to wound. Anyway, lots of 2-up saves on Terminators, and they make every single save.
Just rattling off them.
There's still some more guns. We've got Vanquishers and Demolishers over here, and getting cheeky with the Demolishers with their Brutal 3 weapon, chucking the template onto the Deredeo.
Let's do this.
And that's going to miss completely.
Miles.
1 minute. You've got some Nuncio boxes? Where are they? They're all in buildings.
They're all hiding, mate.
Yeah, can't see. That one's scattering back. It's a perfect shot. It hits both of the Dreadnoughts and the Gorgon Dude.
And a Gorgon Dude.
Yeah, and the last one is going that way, 5.
These guardsmen can lob a bomb, can't they?
It's like when you're firing indirectly, your misses are hitting
better
more
than the aims.
Yeah. Right, can you win the first Dreadnought?
Do I get anything for ordnance against a Dreadnought?
No.
No, so it's just 1.
Yeah, so that's a wound. And on the other Dreadnought? And that's a wound. Right, 2-up saves on the front Dreadnought. We're good, because it's Brutal 3. 2-up saves on the back Dreadnought. I lose a wound. And you've clipped 5 Gorgon Terminators. And it ends on a 6. Brutal 3. So 2-up saves on 1, dead. 2-up saves on another, not dead. 2-up saves on the last one, dead. That kills 2. And then the rending shot, you kill 3 in total. So the Vanquishers, AP2, Brutal 2.
Yeah. Sunder.
Sunder works against tanks.
Not against dreads.
But Brutal 2 works against dreads. What do you want to shoot
I'm
at?
going to
The
shoot
tanks
the
or
dreads.
You're going to shoot the
dreads.
dreads.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we have to do first is, because they've got coaxial autocannons.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to do 2 shots from the autocannon into them to see if they hit.
And you have to do this.
Because we missed.
Right.
And so now the second one hits for 1. And then...
That's cocked. Okay.
So we got 2 hits.
Right.
But that's 1 from each gun. So that means 2 of the Demolishers are going to get a reroll, aren't they?
Yes.
No,
and one of them
isn't.
Yeah. Yes. So the autocannons will win on F5.
Yes.
And 6 is rend. No. And then... Right. Now the Vanquishers.
So 2 of them got the marked their targets with the coaxials.
Yes.
So they're going to get rerolls to hit.
Right.
So this is the 2 that hit, so they get 2 shots each.
Yes.
Which is lucky they get that because they can't shoot.
Okay, so 3 of them hit, and then the
this
2...
is the normal one with no rerolls.
Brilliant. So 3 hits in total.
Okay.
Strength 9.
Strength 9.
Becomes strength 8.
Yep. So wounding on 3s.
2 wounds.
Sunder doesn't do anything.
No, but they're all brutal too. So these are 5 up invulnerable set. Yes, on the Dreadnoughts, and I take only 2 wounds on that front one. We remember the defensive weaponry from the Lehman Russers. The ones down there, they weren't hurt. They couldn't shoot. They couldn't hurt anything. But these guys fired into Terminators, didn't hurt the Terminators. Because talking about defensive weaponry, we're on to the Malcarius, which is firing its defensive weaponry at the Immortals.
Yep.
But the big gun is coming at the Land Raider.
It is.
How many shots has it got?
So this is 2 shots, but twin linked.
Okay. So 4's to hit. With twin linked.
Look, it's twin linked, isn't it?
One of them hits. Strength?
Strength 9.
Okay. With Sunder?
It does have Sunder, which is lucky.
So that's a glancing hit. Defensive weaponry, here's the Stubbers.
Stubbers off the front, yeah.
Yes.
So
one of them hits, needs a 5 to wound an Immortal. Doesn't wound.
And then the heavy bolters.
Yes. 4s and 4s. That is 2 wounds. I have 2 3-up saves on my breaches. And then a 5-up feel no pains. And you kill 2 of them. Now, while the Malcarius couldn't see my HQ unit down here, my Sakaran, the 5 missile team up here definitely can see him.
They've got him.
So they're unleashing hell on
Stingers.
And the Stingers. 3 of the Stinger missiles hit. You need 5s to glance though.
We got 2.
There's a glance and a pen. He has a 5-up invulnerable save against the glance and against the pen. No, they both get through. What does the penetrating hit do?
What does the pen do?
Yeah. And the pen just shakes it. So I'll be down to snap firing because essentially you don't want the nasty
laser of doom.
shock pulsing laser of doom because it can even shock pulse super heavy tanks.
Yeah, I've not realised it worked against super heavies. That's quite nasty.
Well, because we're down to the Baneblade soon.
Yeah. And
it can stop that from shooting.
Yeah.
If it gets a penetrating hit. So the Baneblade, are you putting all the anti-tank guns into it?
How many?
He's got 2 left.
He's took 2, he's got 2.
Yes.
I think we're going to have to hit everything into him, aren't we? Just in case, because we really don't want to be shock pulsed.
Okay. So we're doing the las cannons. These are 4s to hit, and 3 of them hit. That's nasty. Front armor 13, strength 9. With Sunder.
Luckily, he's guard.
Come on. Nothing. Demolisher cannon, which will also clip the Land Raider. Hits.
It's a hit.
Ordnance, strength 12. That's a pen on the Sakaran.
It's also rending 6+.
Okay.
So that becomes an AP2.
Right.
So I'm getting plus to it, aren't I?
And then the Land Raider.
The Land Raider.
That's a pen and a pen. There's no cover on the Land Raider. What's the penetrating result on the Land Raider?
Oh, watch the speed of 6.
That is a 5, which is weapon destroyed. And I have a 5-up invulnerable save on the one that came through, which I fail.
So the 5 becomes a 6, so you're immobilized.
So the AP2 thing for rending works on everything except vehicles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's one of those little Horus Heresy rules. It doesn't become
I didn't
an AP.
realise that.
So weapon destroyed on that.
Okay.
We'll take off the front las because
Yep.
it's easy to remember.
Okay,
But the result of the penetrating hit on my Warlord.
So I do need the 6.
A 3 is shaken. It's good though because it basically I'll be snap firing.
Yes.
Twin autocannon
Twin
into Sakaran. Still some more shots to go. They
Nope.
both miss. Now the big Baneblade cannon.
Ooh.
And that's a hit.
Excellent.
Ordnance, strength 8. And that's a glancing hit.
Gets the glance.
Right, I'm going to need a 5, or that's a dead Warlord in turn 1. And I made a 5.
Can't believe
He's
you.
still alive.
Damn you, Winters!
He's shaken though. He will be snap firing. Down to 1 hull point remaining.
I've got a bit of indirect fire left. I've got the heavy bolters off the front of this fella to rattle into your immortal. It's only 4 of them.
Okay. Yeah, 4 heavy bolters. The others are flamers. They all hit. Forced to wound into the immortals. One wound. And I fail the save. Feel no pain. I make the feel no pain. So that's the fusillade of tanks. You've weapon destroyed a couple of things.
Yeah.
And that one over there is stunned. We need to remember this. That one's stunned. This one's weapon destroyed. This one's shaken. You killed half of my Terminators.
And into your dreadnoughts.
I tickled my Dreadnoughts as well. And you still got indirect fire from the Thunderpants guns.
Thunderpants cannons. Thundercats. Thunderblast cannons.
Thunderblast cannons. Turns out these things are strength 7.
7, yeah.
Rend on a 6. And
They don't rend.
They don't rend on 6, but they pin.
They pin.
And because they're template weapons, all the stuff that I've put down on the table so far is all heavy. So reroll saves against template weapons.
Yep.
So you said, can I hurt the side of your Sakaran?
Yeah.
And because it's barrage, it always hits side armor.
Yep.
And strength 7 could hurt the Sakaran.
Could glance your warlord to death.
And these guys can see, which will give you the reroll scatter.
Yep.
So you're trying to glance it to death.
I'm going to go for the glance to death. Cool.
So can you hit?
Can we hit?
The first one hits, and then
Okay,
you roll that
just
2 more times, and
It
that is
flips
flip,
onto
and
the
they hit
back.
it as well. And the last one,
We need to look at that. So it does that.
it'll still tickle it.
Yeah.
So that's 3. There you go. 3 dice. Side arm strength 7. 5's will glance.
5 is
6
what
will
we
actually
need.
pen.
Come on.
And there's
got
the
one.
penetrating hit. Basically, again, a 5 or my Warlord's
No,
dead.
you can't possibly roll a 5 up.
roll
Winters!
I roll a 5 up. What do you mean you got a second lot? Where's the second lot?
redundancy.
Oh yeah, they're all the way over here. You've got so much stuff. All right, rolling
Gonna
a
get
hit.
you this time.
Yeah. No.
Not like that. It's
But
not.
you've got the Nuncio Vox thing, so you
yeah,
can
yeah.
reroll. They can see. No, ordnance left a bit, right a bit. That ends up landing here after putting it there. So the second one is gonna flip
Missed.
and miss, but you can re-roll it. So that's a hit, and then the last one is also a hit. 3 5s coming right up.
2.
2.
Pens.
Can I roll 2 5s?
Can't possibly roll 2
I
5 ups.
keep my Warlord alive in
No.
turn 1.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
So that's the end of the shooting phase, no charges. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks are injured, but none of them dead.
No, and your dreadnoughts are well dinted.
One's on 3, one's on 5, they're injured. I've got 2 morale tests to take here.
Yeah. Terminators couldn't possibly run away, could they?
I've been rolling high.
I think you can definitely roll a 5 and a 6 for me.
So rolling high is bad. Here's the Gorgons. That's a 10. They fail their morale test.
Are they?
1 minute. Leadership 9. That's the Legion standard. Gets me to leadership 10.
Legion 10. They're all right.
Whew. I'm okay.
That was close.
I'm okay. And then the squad in front, they're okay as well. It reminds me as well, the Herald's unit are fearless and fear, so there won't be any shrouding with them. I don't think I've made any shrouding saves though, so
It's all good.
So I can't shroud with them further on, and that is the end of turn 1. And you put some juicy targets in front of my lines. Yeah, well, I'm in a target-rich environment.
You've got nothing but targets.
Exactly. Enhanced turn 1. So that's my onslaught objective down there, behind all this armor. So I need to push, I need to get it, and I've got 40 tactical marines in these land raiders and rhinos here. This one at the back is stunned, so it's not moving, but it can fire at full ballistic skill because reinforced hull. And then tactical marines, land raider, just pushing up the gut, ignoring all of these tanks on the side for now. That's painful. And these guys can't score, but they have got grav guns on the front line there. So next turn, maybe they can get in range and start glancing some of those tanks up. Down in the middle, staying out of the terrain with my Terminators, moving forward. It's going to be a long bomb charge through the terrain to hit that super heavy right in the middle. But that super heavy must die. So I've got a lot of guns pointing at it. Get rid of one of the super heavies. But I really should start shifting down this way, because I've got these Immortals and the 10 men inside of this just defending this objective that you want to get to. So I'm thinking in later game turns, some of these need to shift this way, or maybe the Dreadnought, if it survives, need to shift this way, because tanks never count as scoring or denial units. So if I've got a tank sat on that objective at the end and you've got one guy on foot, you'll get it.
Still gets it.
Yeah.
Right.
But while we're here, let's start off with my HQ, trying to shock pulse.
Why would you do this to me?
It's snap firing, you'll be fine.
Not like you could roll a 5 or a 6 all day.
I never roll
You've
5
never
or
rolled-
6s.
It's not going to be a 5 and a 6.
Here's the las cannons. They miss. And then the one in the nose misses as well.
Oh, God.
And I'd love to fire the pinnacle mounted heavy bolter down into those troops, but can't see them.
Excellent.
Out of range of the missile team up there. So we're on to 4 las cannons shooting at that Baneblade. And we're hitting on 3s. And it's front armor 14, I think.
It is front armor 14.
With Sunder. So interestingly, that glance actually becomes a pen. So it's 2 penetrating hits
pens.
at AP2. And you ignore the results unless it's an explosion. So it's basically just 2 hull points off that super heavy.
Down from his 9.
So it's got 7 left. And you were very careful to make sure it was just out of range when you moved it from the 12-inch grav shredders, which are lined here. That's why they didn't bust all the way forward. So grav shredders out of range this turn. I sent some tanks on this flank, maybe reversing. Come down into the middle. Right. Super heavies can't react unless it's only against other super heavies. That's nice. So let's fire lots of Magna laser destroyers into this one here. I mean, it's a shame that your big tanks can't return fire against tank fire.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Look, 5 misses, but they're twin linked. So in the end, 4 hits. Ordnance strength 9, so 2d6 pick the highest. The first one doesn't do anything. The second one, pens. The third one, pens. And the last one doesn't do anything. 2d6 up saves. No, and it's AP1. So that is just 2 more hull points. Okay, so I've got the Predators. The front Predator is in Magnum Melter range.
Okay.
The back Predator isn't.
Okay.
But there's 3 las cannons first firing at that thing.
Okay.
And we'll do them first, because these are las cannons. And that's a penetrating hit, so you need a 6-up save for that one. Negative, and that does another hull point, but it down to 6. Here's the one not in armor bane range, which is twin linked, and I need 6s because it's only strength 8, and I get 3
Winter
glancing hits, which count as pens.
Yeah.
So if you could roll 3 6-up saves.
Oh, who could roll 3 6s in a row?
Who could do that? Not you.
Not me.
This is
you roll
AP1.
3 6s now.
No explodes results. So just 3 more hull points. Then the twin linked one that is in armor bane range only hits once. So 2d6 on this. I bet this one doesn't pen. It does pen. Another 6-up save.
I got one.
You do get a 6-up save because it's an explode results would have been D3 wound. That's 1 minute. So 2 predators, 2 vindicators firing everything at that tank, and it's still on 3 hull points remaining.
What could possibly go wrong?
Deos. Right. Strength 7. Front armor 14 on Lehman Russes, right?
Yeah.
And 14. What are we shooting at? There's some missile guys up there. I can definitely see the guy at the top, but only the guy at the top.
It's blast.
So yeah, I'm going to have to do the blast version and try and clip a lot of them.
I think this is a return fire situation.
It's a return fire situation. Okay.
Although can I? No, so I don't think I will return fire because I've only got 1 guy.
Yeah. The weapon doesn't get hot, not returning fire, and it hits, and I'll hit all 5 of them.
Excellent.
Wounding on 2s. Breaching doesn't matter because it all goes straight through your armour, and that's only 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
2 5-up ruin saves.
2 5-up ruins.
And only kill 1.
So it does double him out.
Doubles him out. So the heavy bot won't be able to hit anymore, but the ILOS has guided fire and can fire indirectly. And this is AP 3. 3 more 5-up saves at strength 6. Leaves 1 dude who might get pinned. He's
pinned.
He is pinned, leadership 7.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, Space Marines are leadership 8.
Yeah.
He's pinned. Then we're coming all the way down the line over here where this Land Raider is firing everything in that squadron right in front, and the multi-melter is in melter range. Ooh. So you are shrouding.
I'm going to shroud that one.
Because the other guns are just snap firing.
Oh, are they?
Yes. This one is firing at full ballistic skill with 4 las cannons. You're waiting for the full ballistic skill?
Yeah.
Okay, but, well, the multi-melter will fire at full ballistic skill.
Yeah, but that's fine.
the thing.
No, we'll let that go.
You let it go?
Let it go.
Okay, it hits. 2d6 armor pen at this range. That's a penetrating hit.
Yep.
No cover. What's the result of this? It's an immobilized result on a Lehman Russ. Snap firing twin linked, which is twin linked las cannons and the side sponsoons. So I get 2 hits with las cannons looking for 5s with sunder. That's a glancing hit, which counts as a penetrating hit, and this is AP2, and that stuns 1. So 1 stunned and immobilized. Put it on the front one, not the back one.
No, I'm going to put it on the front one.
But that's
make it a roadblock, mate.
Okay.
I'm going to drive the next ones forwards, and then you can immobilise them in the way as well.
Okay. So then there are the 4 las cannons from here, which are firing in at that guy.
This is the one to shroud.
Okay. And I got a twin linked nose gun, which is twin linked. Misses, and then the sponsoons, they all hit. You are shrouding this, looking for 5s with sunder, but there is cover in the way. There's a lot of vehicles between me and you. So 6-up saves, negative, and 5-up shrouding. You make 1 of them. So that immobilized tank is definitely dead, but does it go boom? And then I hurt another tank in the squadron. So the injured tank
is not blown up.
It's just a wreck. James?
Wasn't quite as terrifying as I was expecting that to be.
Yeah, that's the end of my shooting phase, and I've killed
a
tank
and 4 missile launchers.
Yeah.
But
okay.
You got charged.
But you didn't kill any tanks either.
No.
So a slow start. But we have got a charge with the Cataphracti Terminators to try and kill this Lord of War.
Recover.
And it's a 5-inch charge. That's a failed charge. That command squad just end up, not command squad, squad of Terminators with a Herald, just end up surging straight towards that Lord of War, and that is the end of Iron Hand's turn 1. There's still a lot of armour in front of me. Now what I've got to do at the end of my turn is roll a 6 on all of the injured tanks, and if I get a 6,
wounds back.
I get a wound back with it will not die.
It even harder.
Yes. And you've got some reserve rolls to roll for the 60 infantry and the other tank and your command squad that is in reserve as we go on to Imperialis Militia. Turn 2. Right, so a couple of things. The lone missile launcher guy who's pinned passed his morale. He stayed there, and I did get a hull point back on my
blooming warlord.
On my warlord, as well as the Land Raider down here that took a glancing hit last turn.
Yep.
All the other it will not dies. I didn't get them back. And then you rolled for reserves, and all your infantry has decided to stay off the table.
Off the table, they're chilling.
You only brought in that one. What's that one?
Malcador Defender.
Malcador Defender. That rolled on this way, and then this big Bane Blade of Doom rolled back, so he's more than 15 inches away from the Immortals. So when I walk forward with my ground shredders, I can't shoot you.
Can't get me.
But there is a squad of infantry right in front of them, and they've got shotguns and some melters.
Yep.
The second squad of infantry ran behind the Malcarius, Malcarius
Yeah.
ran back there because they need to come busting forward and try and take this objective later, maybe. And then tanks over here stay still. They're in a target-rich environment, including the Lord of War and including your tank commander back there. All these tanks stay still because they're looking at Terminators and my tanks.
Yeah.
But down this side, because I want to get the objective that the tank commander rolled onto.
Yeah.
This unit rolled forward, that unit rolled forward, and suddenly there's a lot of armour between me and you, which I've got to get past somehow to get to that objective down there. And there's a couple of units of infantry over here as well. There's one which ran through over here. There's another squad that ran through over here. Have these got melters in or anything?
They're shotguns and melters.
Right.
That one's lasguns and grenade launchers.
Lasguns and grenade launchers. Okay. So a couple of infantry squads down here, but most of the infantry staying off for now. Couldn't have planned it better. I like it. And blocking off this stuff, that's a good move. That's a good move. So now the tanks can unleash their guns one more time. We're going to start the shooting phase down here with the tank commander looking at this smoking, steaming Land Raider on 1 wound remaining. Trying to put the blast template so it clips a couple of the immortals as well. And that's going to scatter a couple of inches. It was a 3-inch template, not a 5-inch template, and you hit 5 of the dudes.
5 dudes.
And we wounded them on 2s. And there's 3 1s. And it's brutal 3?
No, this one's
it's just
last
okay.
3-inch pinning. Yeah. No.
And I get to re-roll it because of heavy. Okay. And then it's strength 8, which becomes strength 7. Yeah. So I do get my feel no pain because Iron Hands, you kill 1.
Those dice have
and
rolled some
other
serious ones.
Many 1s. I make the save.
Makes it.
That just kills 1 in this squad.
Cool.
And then it's the last cannon, which is hitting on a 3 because it's your 4 because it's your tank commander.
3.
3, yes.
3
1 better.
He's BS4.
And that's
he
a
hits.
hit. Okay. Can you sunder it
Come
open?
on. Not like that.
With a reroll? No, you
Not
can't.
like that either.
Okay, you really want that Land Raider dead.
I really want it dead.
So we're back to the Baneblade, doing what it did last time, which is 2 las cannons into Land Raider, 2 las cannons into Predators, then all the other stuff into Terminators, trying to nuke some Terminators.
Cool.
Here's the 2 las cannons into the Land Raider.
On 4s.
And you hit once.
Come on.
With Sunder.
Yes!
A penetrating hit.
Got one!
I'm definitely not going to roll a 6. I don't roll a 6. I don't make the cover save. Do you blow it up? And we have our first tank kill. It's not blown up. It's just a wreck. And the team inside are not pinned. Okay. So that tactical squad get out there.
Yep.
Which is... I've put them facing this way so we can tell the difference between the 2 squads.
Yep.
And I'm really hoping you don't put a large blast marker
It'd be
there.
lucky if I do, wouldn't it?
At some point.
So then there's 2 las cannons off of it going into...
Predator team.
Predator, yeah.
Yes.
So 2 las cannons.
One of them hits.
1 hits.
With
Doesn't
Sunder.
wound with Sunder. Nope.
Doesn't wound. Now the strength 8, which becomes strength 7, Baneblade cannons coming down here because it wants to clip a couple of the tanks
So it needs
as well.
to do 2 auto cannons first to see if I get the reroll.
Right.
We get 2 hits.
Okay.
Which becomes no wounds.
Strength 7, that is a wound
it is
on
a
the
wound,
auto
sorry,
cannon
yes.
because you're firing at the Gorgons, right?
Gorgons, yeah.
I'm fine.
So you're fine, cool.
And then
we get
the large blast.
Which hits 4 Gorgons.
Yes. 2 wounds. Okay. And these are 2 up saves. I'm good. And then tank number 1, is it ordnance or anything?
So these
or
are
Sunder?
ordnance 1.
Okay, so 2d6, strength 8 against the front of that Predator. And you pick the highest. And 8 plus 5 is 13. That's a glancing hit.
We get 1.
And the same for the Vindicator. And that's a penetrating hit. There is a 6 up cover. There's a lot of stuff between me and you, which I fail. And what's the result of the penetrating hit? Is a shaken result.
You're reinforced, aren't you?
Yeah, this one's glanced. That one's shaken. It's reinforced. You ignore the shaken result. I'll put it on the back one because who puts it on the front one? It might get immobilised.
That'd be a stupid thing
block
to do.
me off. Right. And the Demolisher shell you are firing down here into these Terminators.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's scattering back away 5 inches. We have a ricochet. It just misses the front of your guy. Clips 2 of mine. Strength 12.
Yeah.
They are Sunder, but they don't...
So they are rending 6+.
Yes.
They don't do a thing. They're brutal 3.
Okay, so I need to roll these. And then I can roll again because it's a blast.
You're heavy, yeah.
I'm good. I think we got that last time.
Yeah.
The next one, I'm good. You don't kill any. Loads of heavy bolters now. 6 wounds came through from the heavy bolters into the Cataphracti squad, and I make every single save.
Just plinking off everything.
So you've had enough of them.
Had enough of them now.
So you got triple plasma.
Yeah.
Coming straight in. Hits or hit all of them.
So I do 3 not hot rolls first, don't we?
Yes. Last time you didn't get a hot. No. This time you didn't get a hot. Can you hit though? Dude, you hit the back tank and 2 Gorgons. It's just a target-rich environment.
There's just so much stuff.
Yes. That's scattering. That shot completely missed. This one, that scattered forward, hitting 4 Cataphracti.
Yeah.
So 4 Cataphracti hits. Right. They don't breach.
Yeah.
And so I'm good. But these are invulnerable saves. These do breach.
Yeah.
And I take a wound.
Re-rolling for...
No, because it's an invulnerable save, not an armor save.
Right, you don't get to re-roll.
I take a wound for that one.
Cool.
And then 2 on the Gorgons.
2 on the Gorgons.
They both breach.
Yep.
They have a 5-up save. So one of them gets injured. And then 1 on the tank, which you can glance it on a 6. And you don't.
No.
Then you fired the heavy bolters in the nose. 4 more wounds came into the Terminators. And one of them falls. One of them falls. Okay, so we're down to Demolishers.
Yep.
You got triple Demolishers on this side.
Yep.
And they're targeting an infantry squad.
They're shooting that little guy there.
Right, okay.
He's right in the middle.
Okay. And then you'll hit both of the tanks if you can.
Accidentally.
Right. So that's going this way a couple of inches. Flips back, hits 4 dudes and really kills that Land Raider. It's already dead. The next shot is going that way 6. 5 in that squad, 2 in that squad, so that's 9 and 2. The last Demolisher cannon
can't shoot for toffee, these guys.
Missing again. Okay,
That got
so
complicated.
hits the Rhino, 13 in that squad, 2 in that squad.
Yep.
The Rhino is an auto pen because it's strength 12,
Yep.
so it needs a 6-up save. It doesn't make a 6-up save. What's the result of the penetrating hit? Is a immobilized Rhino. At least they have self-repair. Maybe I can get it going again. And then 2 in the Breacher squad.
The Breacher squad.
2's to wound, strength 12. Does 6s do anything?
I think they are rending 6.
Yeah, so I think that's 3 invulnerable saves. No. And then that one is just armor saves, which I can re-roll. Okay, so you kill 1. And then these are all coming into the tactical squad.
Into the tanks.
Yes, on 2s.
That's a lot of 1s there.
Roll 3. So 3-up saves.
Yeah.
Okay, and then any I successfully do,
Yeah.
I'll go roll again.
I get you.
And then roll again.
Yeah.
And then roll again.
Yeah.
And you kill that many? That's 8 of them. Right, then we fired the whole mounted weapons, no further damage caused.
Nope.
You were just saying off camera, I'm like, why haven't you put las cannons on all of these? I was saying.
They always miss, mate.
Because you always miss.
And we hit on 4s,
Yeah.
so you've got to work on the statistic average. So 12 Russers,
Yes.
all with las cannons,
Yes,
hitting
half
on
of them
4s
hit.
would be
6
2.
hits.
No, 2 hits, mate. It's guard.
It's just...
The perfect statistical average for guard is if you hit on 4s, 2 out of 12 will hit.
Because most of your guys have got heavy bolters, there's a few las cannons here or there.
It's also because they were eBay rescues and people have glued their guns in and I can't get them out. So when I get time, I might saw some front stuff and put some extra las cannons on.
15 Lehman Russers with las cannons is definitely more than 2 hits.
No, 15 might be 3 hits, working on the statistical average of 4 ops. Definitely.
It's just, okay.
It's your dice, mate. You've whispered to them and told them not to hit for me.
I sleep with them. The last 2 demolishers, you said, right. So you're going to put the hull mounted weaponry into the 2 remaining dudes here, because I haven't bought Artificer armor anywhere. But the demolisher cannons are going to try and open up
Let's
that
see if we
Rhino.
can pop a Rhino.
Yeah.
Here we go. What could possibly happen?
That hits.
Not like it's going to scatter.
And that hits as well, and there's no cover. That is definitely a dead Rhino, and you can't blow it up. But the guys inside could be pinned as they get out, so we do a pinning test. They're not pinned as we get out. They get out, and then you've got 8 heavy bolter shots into these 2 fellas here, and they're hitting on 4s, and it's going to be more than 2 hits. So it's 4 hits, perfectly statistically average.
It's because they're not las cannons.
4s to wound, I'm iron hands. 2 wounds, 2 threat saves. I'm good. So this end of the battle grid is turning into a vehicle graveyard, lots of boots, hit the ground. Still a unit in that one, still a unit in that one. But this one, which wanted to drive that way around to the objective,
Now wedged.
is now wedged. So it's going to have to get through some Demon Rust demolishers, or they have to get out.
Rhinos are well known for driving through shield walls of demolishers.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So we're moving along. We've done all the right flank. We're coming here to the Vanquishers, which picked on the Derodeo last turn.
Yep.
And they're picking on the Derodeo again this turn.
So coaxials, first one.
Autocannons, yeah. They hit, and they hit, which gives you twin linked on the Vanquisher cannons when they come firing in. Exactly. These are going to need 5s to wound because Iron Hand things, but 6s rend. No. There's 2 wounds, 2 2-up saves. It's down to 2 wounds remaining. And then you've got 6 shots with Vanquisher cannons, which are hitting on 4s. And they're twin linked because the Tracer fire from the coaxial cannon hit, and you get 5 hits. Strength 9 becomes Strength 8. So 3s to wound.
3s to wound.
But they are
Iron
brutal
Hand's
too.
doing Iron Hand things, man.
At brutal 2, AP2, I need a lot of 5s. That is 1 5. That is definitely a dead Derodeo.
You got my off of the dice there.
You should have, you should have done it last turn. To be fair, it's taken you more than a turn. It blows up an inch, isn't going to hurt any around it, but the Derodeo is gone. What are you doing with all the Demolisher Cannon Lemon Russes then?
Put them into your
this squad.
This squad in the front
with the Iron Father and the banner flapping in the breeze. Can you hit though? That one's gone a long, long way. Boom! There's chunks out of that statue. Next shot. That's a hit. It's 3 inches on the scatter with Ballistic Skill 3. That will hit. Last shot. That's a hit. Demolisher shell wounds on 2s. AP3, brutal 3, rends on a 6. So basically, I've got re-rollable saves, and if I fail one, they're dead.
Yeah.
That's the first one. Second one, still alive. Third one, alive. Fourth one, alive. Last one, alive.
Oh.
Firing a demolisher shell in the Cataphracti. Wrong weapon choice, my friend.
Yes.
Then the heavy bolters came through, caused this number of wounds, and you don't kill anymore.
No.
So moving along to this flank, where we're on to the Macarius. And the reason why you tweaked it around a little bit is because it's got a very high, very big turret weapon, which can see over the top of my Land Raider, hit my Warlord, who's shrouding.
Oh, of course he is. This is the battle.
And the anti-infantry shots are going into the Immortals here.
Yep.
Okay, so can you hit me?
On 4s. Re-rolling for twin link.
Yes.
Don't do it.
They
both
hit.
hit.
Strength 9, Sundering front armor 13. There's a glance which you could choose to re-roll if you want to.
No, I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
No, it doesn't kill it.
Just a glancing hit. I have a 5-up and run.
Cool.
And I didn't even need a shroud.
Oh.
And then we'll do the heavy
I agonised
bolters.
over where to shoot that.
After not killing my warlords, we rattled in
just rub it in.
the anti-infantry fire from that and the one at the back that was snap firing, and you killed a couple of Medusan Immortals here.
You mean the bolter brick?
Bolter brick, yes. And now we're down to, the Demolisher shell can't fire.
Okay, can't. No, he moved on fast, so they snap fired.
Yes. So it's just a Lord of War.
Just the Lord of War.
It's just the Baneblade.
And then the indirect.
Yes, and the AP3 Demolisher shell.
Yeah.
Coming into the Immortals.
Yeah.
Because that will force invulnerable saves and ignore the heavy thing.
Yeah.
And then the Lance Cannon and the big gun of Doom trying to kill my Warlord.
Yes.
How rude.
Indeed.
So 4 Lance Cannons.
4 Lance Cannons. Definitely going to hit all the times.
The 2 of them hit. You need 4 to glance, 5 to pen. With Sunder. And that is 1 penetrating hit. 1 5+ invulnerable save coming up.
No. No! Stop it!
I make it. Right, so it's alive, it's glorious. Firing the coaxial gun in
Watch
first.
me rend you to death with my auto cannon.
Okay. They both hit.
Both hit.
Yeah. So can you rend me to death?
6s. No.
No, 5 + 7.
12.
Not
13
enough.
on the front.
Yeah. But it does mean the shell is now twin linked. So rolling to hit, and you got to re-roll if you need it.
He gets the hit.
You don't need it. Strength 8. Front armor 13.
Ordnance, 2 dice.
Glancing hit.
Got 1.
5-up save. I failed a 5-up save. It's down to 1 hull point to the left. If it hadn't got that hull point back with it, will not die last turn.
It would have been dead again.
It would have been dead. And then we're going to do the heavy bolter and the shell down into the Immortal team. So then the brutal 3 shell landed in amongst the immortals, killed a couple of them. There's 11 left there. And we're getting towards the end of the shooting phase now. We have the crack suicide squad with their shotguns right in front of these immortals. And then we've got some indirect artillery fire that'll be jumping in. So in the squad, 2 metal shots.
2 melters.
Actually hitting on 3s because of your upgrade. And one of them hits. Wounds on a 2. That is a 2. I have a 5 up invulnerable save, which I fail. And the strength 8 becomes strength 7.
Oh, so you still get your feel
So
no
I get my
pain.
feel no pain. And I make it. And then we found out that your shotguns are strength 3.
They're amazing. These are snazzy shotguns, yeah.
Which becomes strength 2 against them all.
Yeah, so I'm wounding you on 6s. So
Yes.
there's 16 shots.
Nice.
So today I get to hit better.
They hit better.
They hit better.
They
so
hit
we
on 3s. Yes.
But then we wound on 6s.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
No.
Nothing. No.
Just because you've come off just if you're hit. Or does it have to be a wound?
No, concussive, you have to suffer a wound, and they've only got 1 wound each.
Yeah.
So they're not concussed, and that's the end of your shooting phase, except for indirect artillery. There's stuff on the table that hasn't got heavy armour anymore. Like, you could drop them all down here if you wanted to.
I'm going to start with this first one and just see if this command vehicle can stand up. How many 5-up invulns can you possibly roll into?
27. Are you dropping them on my HQ
I think
again?
you've about run out then, because I reckon you've done about 27.
Okay.
So.
The first shot. It scatters 2 inches, which will hit. And then the second one will flip and hit. Yeah, that will hit. And that will hit. That will be triple hits. Strength 7. Side armor 12. Can you take down my warlord? 5s. 1 glancing hit. 1 5-up invulnerable save.
Oh, don't you dare.
I can make another 5. Look.
Oh, don't.
27 of these I can do. I've only done about 7.
No, you have.
What are you doing with team number 2 all the way over there?
Well, they were going to go down the other way, but now they're not. Now they're going to get.
You're going to keep.
I'm going to keep
firing them in.
Shelling this warlord.
Shell it to death.
Die, warlord, die!
Raining from the sky. Scatters the full distance, but still clips it. What does the next one do? That will clip it. That's okay. And that. Okay, you hit it 3 more times.
More.
Just looking for those 5s. How many 5s can you roll? How many 5s can I roll?
You roll loads more than me because
nothing.
Blocked. I'm having that one again.
Okay, all right then. Nothing. Nothing.
Why?
He's still alive. And with it will not die.
Do not.
Probably get a wound back. Are you charging anything? These guys have got assault guns. You could charge some transhumans right in front of you if you want.
That's definitely going to end really well.
It's good. Yeah, I've got some morale tests to make. These immortals have to take a morale test.
Leadership
You shelled
10.
more than 25%. Leadership 10 is stubborn. We hold.
They were worried, but they didn't leave.
Lost 1 there. We're good. Down here, there's a squad of 2 there.
Yeah.
After getting hit by demolisher shells. And they're
not
hold
bothered either. They're
as
fine.
well. So that's the end of turn 2 for the Imperial Guard or Imperialis Militia, taking down a Deredeo this turn and a Land Raider and a Rhino. None of my reserves are off the table. I don't have any reserves.
You got guys in vehicle.
I've got guys in vehicles, but nothing coming on. And I don't roll my It Will Not Die rolls until the end of my turn. So let's go on to Iron Hands. Turn 2. So at the end of the movement phase, I'm putting as much pressure down this flank as I can because I need to push forward and take my objective down in the enemy deployment zone. I need to shatter their lines. So to do this, first up there's a Rhino with 10 guys in over here because the demolishers are going to need to deal with them at some point, and then they can get out and start running that way later, maybe.
Yep.
Down in the middle, team clambering over Rhino. They didn't run. Team stood there. They did run.
Yep.
And then all the Immortals. And there's a team inside that Land Raider still. So lots of scoring options here apart from the Immortals. And the Immortals have 4 Graviton Shredders in range of that Lehman Russ squadron, along with the Land Raider. That's a lot of firepower, which should crack open some of this armor and free up some of the streets. But the Plasma team over here is also a problem. So I swung the 2 Vindicators round and aiming very carefully through the gaps to try and do something about the Plasma team as well.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of shots coming into Lehman Russes, and I'm not going to be shooting the big, the nasty, the Baneblade because it's on 3 hull points left. And I can charge it with my command squad, well, not command squad, but Herald and Terminator squad.
Yep.
If I don't roll Snake Eyes for the cover, because it's 12 on the rear.
Yep.
And there's a Thunder Hammer there and 3 Chain Fists remaining.
And does your Mechadendrite
on
big one on
the Forge Father has got a Mechadendrite hive, which is strength 5.
Is
so
it strength 5?
Can't hurt
more
you.
than that.
Yeah. It's strength 5, 2 extra attack, shred AP2. It's really good in close combat against elites.
Yeah.
Not so great against tanks. It's good at healing my tanks. But
Do you want to heal mine while you're there?
not going to be healing your tank. Going to be ripping open your tank. So that should be a lot of pressure here. Because I need to push. Down this flank though, the Gorgon Terminators are going this way. I need to protect my home objective as well. And you can see the Dreadnought making its way around there as well. It's not going to be shooting much this turn. But I need bodies on this objective. So the recon team are also inside the Land Raider. They're staying there. Their operation, defend this objective. When I push forward with the Immortal team, you reacted and walked straight towards me.
Yep.
I don't know why you did that.
Meat shield.
Meat shield, okay.
For the Emperor and all that. I mean, for Lupercal.
Okay, so you're pushing forward there. So there's going to be some shots this way. And the Predators, of course, one of them missing a las cannon. Some shots up the centre as well. This side is a bit trickier for me. But I hopefully got enough bodies to defend it. So let's start over here. Start off with my Warlord.
Does it get hot?
Shooting 2 las cannons. It doesn't get... I think it might. But 2 las cannons, first of all.
Okay.
Shooting at your Lord of War. And I hit on 2s. And they're las cannons. And one of them glances, which counts as a pen.
Yeah.
And on a 6, that's not a 6. That would have done multiple hull points. Now the neutron beam laser, which does get hot, so I don't want to roll a 1.
Definitely want to roll me a 1.
I hit both of the times. Strength 10 ordnance.
I wanted to blow yourself up because I can't blow you up.
That's a pen.
Yep.
That's 2 pens. So it is shot pulsed. It will be snap firing. What are the results of the penetrating hits? Just 2 more hull points.
2 more.
So I got 4 las cannons from this Land Raider. Firing at the same target and 2 of them miss. Can we pen though? On 5s with Sunder. The result of the pen is just another hull point. So on 2 remaining, it'll be snap firing next turn.
It's going to be close and it's not got a lot of life left in it.
And now I have my Immortals.
Yeah.
And they're going to be firing through at that tank, which means we're not charging the team in front.
Oh,
we're firing over the head of those puny humans. We're not scared about them. Here's a lot of Grav Shredders.
Okay.
They hit on 3s. And that is many, many hits. They're haywire. So 2's glance.
Does that work on Lords of War still?
Yes. It's 5 glancing hit. You can't take cover saves against haywire either. No. It's only invulnerable saves or damage mitigation rolls like shrouding. So that is 5 hull points.
It has 6.
It's got 1 remaining.
It's got 1 left.
So this tank's on 2. This tank's on 1. And then the Deredeo fired in, and the only thing it could fire was its Ilos indirectly and nuke 3 of the squad that I'm not charging.
Yep.
The meat shield that is pushing forward. Now we're moving across to the centre of the battle grid. I've got the Predator squadron. We're going to be firing at that Layman Russ squadron. And you're shrouding this.
I think we'll shroud this fully operational and near the objective end.
Near the objective end, okay. Here's the las cannons that can shoot. These are going to need 5s with Sunder.
Of course they do.
That's 2 penetrating hits. You got 2 6-up saves and 2 5-up cover saves. You haven't made a cover save yet.
No.
Shrouding saves.
Not made any of them.
Not made any of them. The first shot stuns 1 and 1 is shaken and stunned. Then the melter cannons on the turret. They're twin linked, not in melter range. I'm going to need 6s to glance, which becomes a pen. And there's another penetrating hit. So 6-up cover, 5-up shroud against that. You don't make the cover.
You could have said that before I did it.
You don't make the shroud.
Yeah.
Result of the glance, which is a pen, is AP1. That's an explosion.
Oh no!
That's a dead tank. And considering the number of tanks you brought, that's only the second tank down. Yeah. And it's the only first one to explode. I mean, that one's gone. That one blew. That's it. So now we have these fellas.
Yeah.
The Vindigators firing down at the plasma team.
Yes.
And these all hit on 3s. And they're twin linked. And they're strength 9 ordnance. So can I pen? The first one is a glance. The second one is a glance. The third one is a nothing. The fourth one is a pen. The fifth one is a nothing. And the last one is a glance. Triple glance, 1 pen, which counts as 4 pens.
Yeah.
Lots of 6s on the cover save, yeah, you can do them all together. And you make
I got one!
Yeah. So do I blow it up, it's AP1. I have to do them one at a time. No, immobilized, and no. Well, an immobilized on an immobilized is an additional hull point.
Okay.
So that's 3 hull points. 4 hull points does wreck one.
Does wreck
yes. So that's 3 tanks down. Let's kill some more.
No.
We've got this immortal squad in the street shooting all the grav shredders at this squadron. Haywire's nasty against third line, but I don't feel bad about it. You brought 15 Lehman Russes. I did nothing in the first turn. This turn, well,
a little bit more.
Basically they're all pens.
Yep. So you got another one.
Well, yeah, that will wreck one and put one down to, well, penetrating the result. What you can do is you can apply them first, and then that glance.
Okay.
Another tank down, which means the Land Raider, which is the last thing left to fire, I think. Yes, 2 las cannons and a multi-melter into that tank. The other las cannon can't hit that tank anymore because there's a tank in the way. So
can't hit that tank with this tank because there's a tank
wreck
in between them.
Yeah, so that las cannon might as well. It's gonna fire into the Baneblade that I want to charge. One of them hits, and is it side armor 13 on a Baneblade?
Yeah, 14, 13, 12.
So I'll go for the Sunder. That's a pen, and the result of the pen into the Baneblade. It's just a hull point, and then the 2 las cannons into the Lehman Russ squadron. One of them hits, and with Sunder, pens. 6 up save. Negative. The result of the pen is weapon destroyed. And then the multi-melter on top is twin linked and doesn't pen. Because I weapon destroyed you.
Yeah.
You can't take away defensive weaponry.
You can't.
See, if you put a las cannon in the nose there for the hull mounted one, you could have taken the las cannon away.
But as it is, we have to take the demolisher away.
Yeah.
And now it's a Russ with a heavy bolter on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Sit in my shooting phase. That is a thing.
I'm going to go home and saw all my bolters off and put las cannons on.
Yes, definitely. So at the end of the shooting phase, dead Lehman Russ, whittled down Lehman Russes, 1 blew up in that squad, and the only infantry I lit up was this suicide squad right at the top, and they have to take a leadership test, and they fail, and they fall back 7 inches, and while they're falling back, we'll come across here to the Herald and my Forge Father, who wants to charge this Baneblade. Because I'm in cover, if I roll a Snake Eyes, this will be a fail. That's not a fail. We engage the Baneblade.
Pity I can't overwatch, isn't it?
Can't overwatch. There's no overwatching. It's a big tank. So, Crump, we make the charge. Let's start off with the Chain Fists. Everything there is unwieldy anyway.
Yeah.
And we're hitting on 2s because it's a tank. And then it's rear armor 12 with armor bane. So there's a lot of guys here. I've got 2 to get through. That's a pen. That's a pen. I've got to keep rolling it, though, to see how many penetrating results I have wherever it goes boom.
It doesn't matter, it's a Lord of War, they auto blow up.
They auto blow up?
Auto blow up.
Oh.
And they blow up big.
Right, so it blows up D6 plus 6 inches. So that's a 12
first 6 of the game.
inch explosion. And it's strength 7 plus D3.
D3.
So it's a 9,
Strength
9, 12 inch. Right, okay, this is going to hit a lot of stuff. We'll get back to you. So a huge explosion happened, and it killed one of my Terminators, and then rattled out and hit lots of tanks and things, and did nothing to any single one of your tanks.
Yeah.
But shaken and took a hull point off of my Vindicator squadron all the way over here.
I managed to roll like 4 6 up. Say I had 7 to roll and only lost 3 dudes.
Yeah,
so that was
in the cover there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you rolled all the 6s all the time to keep them safe in the cover, and we didn't catch it on camera.
No.
And that means you've done your 6s.
All my 6s.
That's all your 6s done. And they're not pinned either. So at the end of turn 2, one of the Lords of War has fallen, and the banner is still flying, making its way down to that objective there. And then these tanks are completely nerfed now. There's a heavy bolter in the nose. Those tanks are okay. Those demolishers are okay.
Yeah.
So the road is looking a bit clearer for the Iron Hands pushing down towards that objective over there. On the other side of the battle grid, you've got a shocked pulse Baneblade and this unit are falling back.
So the downside with snap firing is you can't snap fire anything with blast, so I can't fire the Demolisher or the what's it.
Yeah, it's just snap firing las cannons, that's it. Yeah. So the only thing's really firing at full
You watch
effect.
me kill you with snap firing las cannons.
We'll see. I mean, the only thing firing at full effect are these Lehman Russes over here and those over there. There's a big gap in the middle. I'm going to get my will not die on camera this time.
No.
Because if I roll a 6 from a Warlord, he goes up.
He's about the 75th, you better not.
Oh. And then a 6 on this one. 6 on the Predator. 6 on the Vindicator. And that's it. I don't get any of my wounds back, for it will not die. And you've got a HQ squad that might come running in on a 3. And all your infantry on a 3. Here's the HQ squad. They're in. And the infantry are not in.
Are they not in?
No. Your commander has ordered them onto the battle grid, but they're delayed. They probably saw the mushroom cloud go up from that Baneblade exploding and decided to stay back for one more turn. As we go on to Imperialis Militia. Turn 3. At the end of the Guards movement phase, the commander of the new resistance has come onto the battle grid down here to direct the tanks to try and break the Iron Hands lines and push through here and plant the standard of Horus Lupercal on that objective there. And there's been some very interesting movements going on here, because this is Lord of War, so it can move all the way and shoot. And the squad that fell back, they regrouped. So you've pulled back with the 1-on-1 hull point.
Yeah.
But the one that's shock pulse and snack firing, you've pushed right up the table.
Yep.
Because you want it to die close to my lines.
Basically.
Because the explosion is 6 plus D 6 inches. And yeah, I don't really want it dying very, very close to my lines. And talking about interesting things as well. There's another infantry squad down here ready to go. This Vanquisher team, instead of firing up the gut one more time, you've pivoted, you've moved around, dozer blades coming in clutch. And then there's shots through the buildings down here as well. There's a lot of pressure all of a sudden coming down to my unkillable Warlord.
The unkillable Warlord.
And the Land Raider with the nose cannon ripped off of it.
Yep.
So that's a lot of shots. Down the middle, there's 2 Demolisher Lehman Russes. And I saw you measuring up carefully to see if you were in range of the Predators, and you're in range of the Predators.
Yep.
So they want to shoot in at the Predators.
And then Warlord.
What's the Warlord doing?
The Warlord did his little...
Right.
So he can see... Well, he's not the Warlord, the Tank Commander.
Tank Commander.
So he can see your Warlord.
You've got a shot straight down the street into my Warlord, which is a Tank Commander. These guys were in that ruin. They came running out into the graveyard where the Baneblade was, trying to hold the units back. Because this came forward, the one with the turret.
The bolt.
That turret is jammed, the one with the heavy bolter. You're putting vehicles in the way. There's another infantry squad back behind there. And then you pull back with the plasmas for now.
Yep.
Because you didn't want them getting grabbed open like the other guys. What are we starting, James?
I'm going to start with my really amazing Lord of War that's snap firing.
Snap firing everything at...
The Warlord.
Okay. 3rd time's the charm.
2 autocannons.
Right, yes.
Got one.
One of them hits. Brilliant. Strength 7. That doesn't do anything.
It needed a 6. That's fine.
And then 4 snap firing las cannons.
I hope I didn't just waste my only 6.
Yes. You wasted your only 6.
Damn you!
The flamers can't shoot, and the blast stuff, template stuff, cannot shoot as electricity crackles over its hull from the shock pulsing neutron laser beam. So the Tank Commander.
Tank Commander.
Firing down the street. I'm not shrouding this. I'm waiting for those triple Vanquishers to fire in. Tank Commander firing down here, trying to kill my Warlord. Hits on a 3 with a las cannon. And that's a hit. And it's against my side armour now. So that actually pens.
Okay.
No, I have a 5 up invuln. What am I talking about? I don't make a 5 up invulnerable save. You fight. It was on one hull point. It's
about
dead.
Time.
Does it blow up? Does it blow up? If you roll a 6,
me.
you kill it.
No.
It's dead anyway, and that's a point for slaying the Warlord. You see, each of these objectives are worth 5 points each, and if neither of us get it, or both of us get it, then it will come down to points to the Warlord and who killed more.
But what I forgot
and you just
is the fact that all my Warlords of War give away loads of extra points. So.
Oh yeah, the price of failure.
Price of failure.
So I've got a point for killing a Baneblade.
Yes.
And you've got a point
for killing a Warlord.
Well,
you've got 2 more super heavies you could kill to score more points.
Yeah, you're going to need to do something about that.
I do.
Right, so now the Venator's dead. We've got triple Vanquishers. I like what you did there. Tweaking them perfectly so they could shoot at the Land Raider as well as the Venator. You're shooting everything at the Land Raider
Shooting them
now.
all at the Land Raider.
I have to shroud this.
You do have to.
I need
This is
to
where
try
you
and
need it.
protect this objective.
There's a lot of shots here as well.
Yeah.
So we've got two autocannons for the coaxials.
Right, okay.
So we get one hit.
Another one hits.
And that one misses.
Right, so no twin linked on one of the guns.
Okay, but then we get 3 hits.
6s will rend. There's a
We got a
6.
six.
So a 7 plus the 6 is 13. That's an automatic glance, but another
might be
D3 is a pen. That's actually a pen. 6 up cover and a 5 up shroud. No, what's the result of the penetrating hit? It is a 4, which is stunned. It's also down to 2 hull points. Now you've got 4 shots that are twin linked because of coaxial goodness, and you can re-roll a hit, and you get 4 hits, and then 2 that are not twin linked, and you get 6 hits. It's the full house. Strength 9, Sunder. Sunder, not ordnance, but strength 9.
6 shots.
Yeah, so you can re-roll that. That's 2 glances. You re-roll the other ones.
No.
Just 2 glancing hits. Cover saves. Negative. Shroud. Negative. It's a wreck.
It's done it.
You've done it. And the team get out and they are pinned.
Ooh.
And now you've got a Demolisher cannon here. Strength 12,
knocking your guys
AP 3, Brutal 3. You're sticking it down into the Immortal squad.
I am. I'm just
And
knocking
there's
you guys
also
over.
4 heavy bolters that can hit them as well. Rolling to hit, you've got a Vox this time for the reroll. If it goes horribly wrong, well, my net, that might still be okay. You're keeping it, it hits 3, 2's to wound. Strength 12, Brutal 3, and there's a rend. Mind you, it's all invulnerable saves. Yeah. So, Brutal 3, 1's dead, 2's dead, 3's dead. 24 heavy bolt shots on that thing, it's ridiculous.
It's such a mad vehicle, isn't it?
Pause. So it's got heavy bolters on both spontoons and all in the turrets all the way around.
Don't forget the back one.
It's basically a rolling pillbox.
Wicked up.
Nice. Force to wound. James, that was bad.
That is awful.
3 up saves. Oh, I failed 3 of them. Feel no pains because we're immortals. I failed 3 of them. I've got 5 immortals left, and the more you get, they're all grav guys and the Sarge.
We're getting good ones now.
Yeah.
So, big gun twin linked.
Firing at the same squad.
Same squad.
2 hits, 1. Yes, okay, 2 hits. 2's to wound. Strength 9 becomes strength 8. There's a wound, but it's 2 because it's brutal 2. That'll kill 1. So there's 1 dead. Then a lot of heavy bolters and stubbers. Then these wounds came through from the heavy bolters and the stubbers with my feel no pain. So that tank kills 3. 2 left.
2 left.
And there's a missile launcher guy up there. He got lit up turn 1 and he aims and he says ease. And it hits. Wounds on a 2. And it wounds. AP 3, 5 up and bun. Negative. 5 up feel no pain because the strength 8 becomes strength 7.
Cool.
And he blows one straight off of his feet, leaving the... Nice. Oh, do I leave the grav there and take away the Sarge? Because the grav is going to be really handy. I mean, it's got to be the Sergeant left standing. He's got a power fist and he looks cool. Have you seen this guy, by the way? With your conversion books, look. I've clamped the shield to his arm.
He's so pretty.
Then he's got like the googly eye helmet and then all the things. I gave him all the bling.
I love him, mate.
He's one of my favourites.
So good.
Thank you. Last thing left to fire. There's this team with their backs to the wall, firing at that sergeant. There's 2 las guns and a grenade launcher.
2 las guns first.
Yes.
On 3s, because these are my good shooting guys.
Right, okay. They hit. But you're going to need 6s to wound because of an iron hand.
Oh, that would have both wounded as well.
Okay. 1 shot with a grenade launcher.
By the iron hand. On a 3.
This will wound on a 2. It doesn't wound.
Gutted.
With flames and smoke wafting across the battlefield, the objective for the Imperial Guard is looking rather open all of a sudden, particularly as that plasma team are pinned. But there's more fire. Demolisher shells erupting up the central street, coming into my predators. I haven't shrouded anything yet. No, I did. I did try and shroud that over there with the Land Raider. Okay, so these are 3 shots.
Here we go.
The first shot is going to hit, and the second shot is going to hit. Strength 12, 2d6 for the pen. There's a pen on one of them, and the other one
Double 1.
There's 2 penetrating hits. I need cover saves. I make neither of the cover saves. That will wreck one of the tanks, but what does it do to the other on the vehicle damage table? Shakes another. When predators are not reinforced, so it means this one is snap firing next turn. You've stopped it firing. While the predator's been set on fire, their defensive weaponry, the heavy bolters, lit up the gorgons right in front, forced 4 wounds to come through, and one was injured, so you take one down.
Got one.
After the firepower in the centre, we came down to this flank where some shots went into the 2-man team, didn't kill him. Now we're coming onto the plasma team, and there's a nice big template that could land here amongst the mortals. Really looking for the breaching though, because the non-breaching shots are going to get full rerolls against.
Gets hot.
Yeah, it does get hot. And they haven't got... Oh, one of them isn't firing.
One's not shooting.
Okay. One got hot, you need a 3, otherwise you take a whole point. You take a whole point, brilliant. And then you've got a hit with the other shell that came in. And that's a bit of a scatter, but you had line of sight, so it only scatters 2 inches, and you hit 10 in the Immortals. Winning on 2s.
We're looking for those breachings.
Yes.
We don't.
So these are 3 up rerollables. Brilliant. And these are 5 up invulnerables, and I get feel no pain. And you didn't do any wounds.
Wow.
So what are you doing with the Demolisher Squadron down here? Last thing left to fire.
I'll lob it into the back of this squad of regular tactical... sorry, no. I reckon... Can we get past into the Immortals or not? No, I reckon it's got to be on the normal guys.
On the normal guys? Well, it's AP3 and they have a 3 up save.
So it's going straight through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you not shooting the Rhino right in front of you?
Because it's got guys in it and then they can attack me.
And then they get out and attack. Yeah, okay. So, shells here.
Yep.
First shot hits. Second shot scatters a bit. That will still hit, and this is scattering into the Immortals. So, 4 into the Immortals. And these are AP3, and those...
They're rendings, but it doesn't matter.
So, oh yeah, it's all brutal 3, right?
Yep.
So, first guy, dead. Second guy, dead. Third guy is alive. They're Immortals. And then these are all into the regular guys. Just cover saves of 6 up, and if I make any, I need to re-roll because it's brutal 3. No, you kill 9 in the end.
9?
Then a las cannon hit and wounded and kills the last guy. That's the entire squad. See, that's the difference. Firing the right shells, the right weapons at the right things.
You really have to be careful, don't you?
Yeah.
I think turn 2, I sort of misjudged what wanted to go where a little bit.
But you're making up for it now. That's it for the shooting phase, except for the indirect fire. So you wiped out 3 tanks this turn. Predators, Land Raiders, Sakaran, and a full team of tactical marines, and definitely driving the Iron Hands back here. But you've got some big templates of Doom dropping in, and you're not going to be putting them on my Sakaran Warlord anymore. Where are we putting them?
No, I'm going to stick them on him there.
On here? The Plasma Squad?
Yeah.
Okay. 10 hits in the end.
Strength 7 becoming Strength 6, but
Yes.
still 2s.
Okay. Full armor saves, but they do pin. But I'm already pinned. Whoa! You nuke 6?
6, wow.
But wait, you've got
There's
another
more.
team coming in onto the 4 remaining dudes, and
We'll
that
re-roll
misses.
that one.
Okay, yeah, Nuncio Vox. That's a hit, brilliant. And then let's start flipping it. That's
really
cocked. Yes. So 8 hits come through, 2s to wound, 7 wounds, 7 3-up saves. Wipe out the entire squad.
Mad.
So the guns and the artillery of the Imperialist militia are clearing away all the Iron Hands, holding down this objective that they want to take. And my Sergeant Immortal needs to pass a leadership test, and he's stubborn leadership 10. He holds just, but these Gorgon Terminator, he's a little bit worried. They're heavy, so they can't run. They need to try and get there.
Yeah.
The Deredeo needs to try and get there. 6-turn game. Got enough time to get there, but your guys are going to need to start legging it at some point. And then as we go on to turn 3 for me, tank's okay. This one's snap firing. Down here I'm running out of bodies. I've got 10 in there, 10 in there. I need to push. I need to push hard as we go on to Iron Warriors. Not Iron Warriors.
Oh.
The flesh is weak. Iron Hand turn 3. Okay. In my movement phase, a couple of horrible things happened. right in the centre, the Terminator. You've put that blocking unit with the dudes. So the Terminators are going to go into the dudes.
You shall not pass.
Clear them.
No.
Push on through to the objective.
They're going to survive, mate.
So your tank commander reversed.
Yep.
So they're not going to survive. They're dead.
No, they're going to survive.
We're going to go through there. Tank commander reversed. And and then I was doing that so I could free up some movement in the middle so the Land Raider could then come round this way, ready to drop its ramp next turn. And I rolled a 1 and it's got immobilized and it's stuck there.
What else did you do with some rolling for immobilized, mate?
Well, before that, you said, well, you might as well get him out now because it's got immobilized. But it's turn 3. Yeah. So turn 4, turn 5, turn 6.
You've got enough time to get
We're
there.
staying in there. So I said to you, well, I've done my immobilized result. So I've got dozer blades everywhere else. I'm not going to roll snake eyes anywhere else. And I rolled snake eyes somewhere else. And
on a laser destroyer with 1 wound left.
Oh, boy, yeah. So he wrecked himself trying to reverse out of the middle. I've lost a Predator. I've lost a Vindicator. That happened. But they're gone now. I've got double immobilized results.
Can't have any more.
Can't have any more.
Mainly because you're running out of vehicles.
Yes. So I've got a gun this way, which is going to shoot that way. Okay, so that's happening. Down here, they're staying inside. These guys are staying inside the Rhinos. Keep 20 inside my vehicles for now. I've got enough turns to push forward. The team of 2 have ran up over the tank.
Yeah.
And the Immortals are going to grab that useless tank to death there. So then there'll just be wrecks around here.
You can climb over them easily.
And then I can climb over them because I can't climb over that one right now.
No.
And then turn 4, turn 5, make my way to that objective. Win. Profit. Done. The Shaken Predator around here has moved around this side, so I can't get shot at. The Derrideos move around this side, so he can definitely shoot at. And I've got a lone sergeant with a power fist who's going to charge a Bane Blade on his own.
Totally is. And I can't even overwatch you with my flamers.
I know. What a hero.
I actually don't know why I put flamers on it now. It's like...
Why did you put flamers on it?
Because it looks cool with flamers. It looks very heresy, I thought.
Yeah. Why didn't you put las cannons on
all
your layman?
put las cannons on the
No,
side.
on all your layman Russes. Why didn't you put las cannons on the Russes? Right, let's shoot everything from
I've
this.
killed stuff with my heavy bolters, I'll have you know.
Yeah, you
They
have.
have, but
they're
not those ones.
They're defensive weaponry. So if you get a weapon destroyed result on a
that
tank,
is actually the thing that's making me want to swap them.
Then
it's
it's
not the
done.
fact that there's not a heavy bolter, it's the fact that I can't take anything else off.
it's like I modelled and paid for all the hunter killers here on all the Vindicators because it's a 1-weapon gun. So if it gets weapon destroyed, I could take away the HK. But then I read the rule book after doing all that, and it specifically says you can't do the one-shot weapon. Yeah.
Oh.
But, I still pay for the
even putting a
HKs.
pinnacle on it wouldn't help, would it? Because you can't take off defensive weapons. So,
Pintle mounted.
like a heavy bolter or whatever, you can't.
A multi-melter you could.
You could.
A multi-melter pintle mounted weapon you could, because that's not defensive.
Sounds like a thing there.
Sounds like a thing. Right. Derrideo, overkill I know. But these tanks are too tough to crack with a Derrideo, so they have to shoot everything at those troops there. So I fired off camera thinking I'd kill them all and there's one left.
One left.
Just stood there. This is the sergeant with his sharp stick.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Come down to the centre. Laser Vindicator dude firing at the Demolisher dudes. Doing anything about this? Or are you just going to take it in the face? There's no cover. It's
There
a
isn't.
straight shot.
I think this is the place to shroud.
Well, it's either there or the Grav or the Land Raider over here instead. Because that Land Raider, let's face it, is in a target-rich environment and it has got power of the machine spirit, can fire everywhere. Shrouding it. Shrouding the Demolishers, you want this end of the table. This is the objective. This is where your Warlord is. Everything hits. It's strength 9 ordnance. First shot, pens. Second shot counts as a pen against you. And the third shot, 3 penetrating hits at AP 1. And that weapon destroys 1, so the turret's gone.
So I get to do my shroud.
Oh yeah, shroud, yeah. And two more shrouds. You make one.
Make one.
So
you've got one more to do.
One more to do. So weapon destroyed and weapon destroyed. 2 weapon destroyeds on a dude.
It's got no guns.
Okay, so that happened. Where are we?
They can't have sponsons, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't get sponsons back then.
They do. They reference it in the stories.
Right.
They actually talk about how dangerous they are because if they've got sponsons. They have a big slab side, and they were
Right.
saying that if you look on a Ross, where a sponson goes is the escape hatch, and they reference them people burning to death inside because once a sponson's on it, you can't get out, and so they have to escape out the top.
Brilliant.
So they reference it, and then don't let me take them.
No, you're not allowed to take them in the rules. Right, Land Raider. We're going to grav. No, we'll grav that tank to death first of all.
Yep.
3s, and I'll kill it on 2s. It's only got 2 hull points remaining. Yeah, it's dead. I can't explode it. It's just a wreck, so that's gone. And now we're onto the Land Raider. What we're going to do is put 3 las cannons down into the plasma team.
Yep.
And then this las cannon is going to hit your tank commander. Las cannon into tank commander. Both of them hit. Looking for 5s. With Sunder. Nothing.
No.
How about the plasma Lehman Russes? Here's the twin link gun, which is twin linked. And the 2 on the sides. Only 1 hit. Front armor 14 with Sunder. And that does nothing as well. Ames.
You've run out of guns,
That's the end of my shooting phase. I've ripped off some weapons from a tank. That's it.
Not so all of the weapons.
Oh,
off
I killed
your
that
tank.
one. Killed that one as well.
Yeah.
These guys are staying inside. There's some bolters and things, but can't hurt the side of tanks.
Okay.
We're not shooting with the Terminators because we want to charge them. I want the movement.
Yeah.
And I'm charging the Baneblade over here.
Okay, I'd like to Overwatch, but
You can't. The Sergeant goes charging in there, hits the Baneblade, and then these guys, I'd like a long charge because then I could wrap round the other side. That's not a long charge. Oh yeah, you got a leadership test on this one lone Sergeant.
He can make it.
Down here.
He loves it.
And he does. That's a 5. He stands firm. That guy could potentially
Win the game.
win you the game. Right, we're coming over here to my Iron Father who's attacking this squad. How many are left?
2, 4, 6, 7.
7. He's got 4 attacks, pair of lightning claws, and a mechadendrite
Ooh.
hive, and an extra attack on the charge. What?
Can I Overwatch you on your way in?
You can Overwatch me on the way in. Yeah, of course you can. So the grenade launchers.
Grenade launchers, 2
Yes.
shots. Hitting
Yes.
on 3s because these are my shooty
Super
guys.
strong. Right, okay.
So 2 hits. These are strength 5, becoming strength 4, so
Yes.
4s.
There's a wound.
Wound.
Have a tip save against that. I'll make the
You're
save.
fine.
Then you fired las guns in. Las guns
guns.
wounding on 6s. Straight 2. A wound came through. Oh!
I pinged you.
You actually do a wound. Right, now we fight.
Yeah.
Hit one in the eye lens.
Got one.
I like it. My Praetor's weapon skill 6. I'm hitting you on 2s. My Forge, there you will. Right, that many. It's strength 5. So wounding you on 2s because your toughness 3. And it shreds. So re-roll. And that is 7 wounds at AP2 and he kills the entire squad on his own. What was that?
It's like playing Space Marine 2 when you just run through the cultists and they just go and just explode. You don't even need to shoot them or hit them or anything. You literally run through them and they just jib everywhere.
Yeah, just insta-jibs them, just like on Doom. That's what happened there. Basically, that team just ran through.
Didn't even bother swinging.
In the way. That's the end of my turn 3, and that's the objective that I want to take. And I've got a banner flapping in the breeze, but you did shoot one in the eye lens.
I did.
So you're going to have a little bit of a headache for that. And this place is becoming a smoking, stinking parking lot with petrochemical flames wafting all over the place. And we've got one final attack. Sergeant of the Immortals into a Baneblade. 4 attacks on the charge, 2s to hit. I could re-roll as well because of hatred. You are not bending the knee. Strength 8, rear armor 12. That is 4 penetrating hits on your super heavy dude. And it's dead. And when it blows up, it's D6 plus 6 inches.
Do you reckon you can roll a 6? No.
That's an 11-inch explosion.
And then strength 7 plus D3. Oh!
It's a strength 10,
nice.
11-inch explosion, which will hit my dude.
Yeah.
Let's roll for him and wound him on a 2. It doesn't wound him.
Oh.
He walks out of the fire. What a G. You got a lone hero sergeant now as well.
Tank.
The lone hero sergeant is wounded. He's got 4 up save.
I think it's AP4.
It is AP4.
It is AP4.
He's
You've just
gone.
killed my lone hero sergeant.
Yay. Let's hit some tanks
And
as
there was
well.
much rejoicing.
That's 2 Baneblades, 2 Lords of War wiped off this battle grid, and that is a big gap for all the remaining Solar Auxilia. No Imperialis Militia to come flooding in as we go into guard turn 4. And so it's a tale of two halves. On this flank, not a lot of movement happened, but on the other, much movement happened. We've got the Lord of War staying back here with the Warlord, trying to throw some shots up across the battle grid into the Derriday or the Predator, and there's a Demolisher cannon on this thing as well.
Yeah.
And then the heavy bolters could shoot my sergeant.
Maybe.
So that's going to hit these things that are trying to make their way onto your objective. Talking about things trying to make their way onto this objective, the Gorgon Terminators are making their way around. So the Demolisher cannons, they push forward, though this one hasn't got any guns on.
Yeah.
That one's got all the guns. And then who would roll Snake Eyes on the
Who
Immobilized?
could roll Snake? It's impossible to roll a double 1, mate. 1 to a 1, 9 times out of 10.
And he rolled Immobilized on that guy back there. So his squadron mates have abandoned him.
Yep.
And move around this way because they've got the strength 9 brutal 2 guns.
Yep.
And I think you want to fire them into the Gorgon Terminators.
I was hoping to have 3 to fire into the Gorgon Terminators, but one of them got his track stuck on the undergrowth.
Yeah, and I won't get any feel no pain against that. That's gonna be so. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So lots of firepower down here trying to clear this away. As for taking this objective, none of your reserves came on this way because they couldn't get here in time.
They won't make it from the back. No.
But there's a team down here staying very, very quiet. And I saw you measuring up. In turns 5 and 6, with a run, they could get on this objective, plant the standard, win the game.
Yep, as long as they don't get charged in the side by some Gorgon Terminators.
Which are just there.
So
you have to kill the Gorgon
Terminators. Kill the
Terminators.
Gorgons.
Because that is your win condition there.
Yeah.
And I don't have any interact fire except for the ILOS on the last remaining Derrideo, which is going to get lit up by all the guns.
Hopefully.
Now, down the other side, it's looking a bit messy. There was a team in this ruin. They came out, and there's a couple of melters in there, and then there's 2 tactical squads which can
Don't
score.
forget my strength 3 shotguns that go down to strength 2.
I've forgotten them already. The Demolisher team coming around this side to put shots down into the Immortals. The Plasma team, Russ is staying. They're staying where they are. They've got shots where they need to, either this way or into the squad over there. And then here's all your reserves.
Yep.
60 troops.
60 dudes.
Why are they all spilling on here, James?
Because there's an objective that we need to control here. So these guys ran to form as a wall.
Right.
And then these 2 have walked on so that we can use our special plasmas and shoot our las guns at you.
Okay. So you're going to smother the objective that the Iron Hands want to take with bodies.
Bodies, yeah. It'll be worthless by the time it's covered in meat.
Okay, and that's why your tank commander came forward as well.
Sold himself dearly, yeah.
Putting a wall of iron between the Terminators and the meat back there.
Yeah.
So you're trying to smother your home objective, stop the Iron Hands take it, and then shoot away and blast your way through and have a hero long bomb charge from this squad onto the objective that you want to take round here.
Pretty much.
A couple of dominoes need to fall for this to happen. There's still quite a lot of tanks
Feels to me
left.
like you're going to roll loads of 5-ups invuns and not at all ruin my plans.
Well, I don't roll that many 5-up vulnerable saves. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Except for all the invuns that I roll.
And then the feel no pains.
Yes.
And the shrouds.
Yes. Starting on this flank with a Macarius battle tank, firing it in at the Derrideo. There's no point returning fire, can't hurt it. So, rolling to hit. Both of them hit.
Strength 9. The
Streaks
ordnance
to
doesn't make
wound.
any difference. No.
They both wound, and it's brutal 2.
Brutal 2.
AP 2. So I need to make 5s. I make 2 5s. It's on 3 wounds remaining. Then the defensive weaponry came into all the Gorgons here. They have 2-up saves and feel no pain. One of them takes a wound. So onto this tank with its brutal 3 gun. You're trying to stick it here so it'll hit the Predator as well. And the Derrideo is on 3 wounds remaining. And then the heavy bolters on that side are going into Gorgons. Heavy bolters on this side are coming into my last Sergeant Immortal.
Yes.
Here's the hit.
Scattery job.
Yes.
We get the hit.
And it does hit. And it is strength 12.
Okay.
So it's going to wound my Dreadnought on a 2.
And a 2. Yep.
And that breaches? Does it 6 do anything?
That becomes breaching, doesn't it?
Or rends or something.
Yep.
So I need 5s. I don't make any 5s. The Derrideo is dead.
Yes. Domino
And then
number 1.
on the tank, 2d6 for armor pen. Don't roll snake eyes, otherwise you'll just glance. That's a pen. Save on the tank. Nope. What's the result of the penetrating hit on my tank? That's a 5. That's a weapon destroyed. We'll rip off the las cannon, which is on this side.
Is he the one that already lost a las cannon? So
that was that one on that side.
Okay.
So the Derrideo, when it blows up, however, blows up 5 inches and hits the side of the Predator.
Okay.
And on the 4, will kill the Predator.
Ooh.
It doesn't kill the Predator. 12 heavy bolt shots coming this way, 12 heavy bolt shots coming this way. Let's see if you kill the Sergeant on 4s.
No.
And then 4s. 2 wounds. 3 up saves. He's a hero. And then 5 wounds came through into the Gorgons. 2s, they're fine. They're fine. But between these 2 tanks, taking down that Derrideo, that was pretty good. So moving down to the immobilized Layman Russ there. It can shoot the Vindicator, shooting at a separate target now. It's been abandoned by its squadron mates. Yes. Autocannons first. One of them hits, and it doesn't do anything, but it does make the turret gun twin linked because it's coaxial.
So reroll that one.
And one of them hits. It's strength 9, front armor 13, and it sunders. You can re-roll that if you want to. That's just a glance for now.
These
Do you want to try and get a pen?
I think we want the pen. Not like
nothing.
That, we don't.
It just bounces.
Being greedy.
And the las cannon can't hit the tanks. So the remainder of the squadron are firing everything at the Gorgon Terminators. 1 minute. Do I shroud this? Yes. I shroud this. I want to keep them alive. They might be the only thing that stop me taking this objective down here. Here's the las cannons?
Yeah, we'll do las cannons first.
Okay. Both of them hits. Both of them wound. 5 up and buttons. I'm making both.
Oh, here we go.
Coaxial auto cannons. Hits. Okay, you have 3 hits and all the main turrets will be twin linked. These are going to wound on 2s. Drop dice. Do not count. They all wound. None of them rend. 2 up saves. And a 5 up feel no pain, which I fail. So one of them was injured. There's only 3 left there. They've all got grab weaponry. One's got a hammer. And there's 4 shots coming through. Twin linked. Vanquish a battle cannon. Reroll and hit. 3 of them hit. Wounds on 2s. Strength 9. Only 1 wound.
What?
Brutal. Fail the saves. Shroud. I fail that as well. That will kill.
Kills one.
So the Demolisher tank, which was going to pick on the Vindicator, has decided to turn its attention to the Gorgon Terminators.
Terminator's gone.
Dropping a template in.
Dropping a template.
And that misses. There's an anti Vox that can see, so you can reroll the hit. And that's a hit. Okay. Wounds on 2s. And it's brutal 3.
Yeah.
But it's heavy. And I'm in heavy armour. So 2 up saves on one guy is good. 2 up saves on another guy, which I can reroll. And you kill one.
Got one.
Even just the hammer bearer standing, and then the heavy bolter comes in as well. And these hit 3 times. Wound on 4s. Wound 1s. 2 up. And a 5 up feel no pain. And the hammer bearer's down to 1 wound remaining. I need that guy to live. I need him to get here. But the tank commander's right there. Points his laser cannon and his battle cannon straight at his head. Can you hit with a battle cannon?
No.
Well, you've got the Nuncio Vox that can see that unit. Yes. 2s to wound. It wounds. I get a full save, which I can reroll. I'm good.
You don't need to.
So it's the las cannon in the nose, which they should all have. And it hits, because he's a tank commander. And it wounds. 5 up save, or death.
Oh,
death. Dude, that could be game winning.
That could be game changing.
If they make their run here, and I can't stop them.
Molest them too much,
and I don't know what can molest them over here now. That could be the game-winning move right there by the tank commander. Rocket. Mind you, if I manage to take your objective, you'd manage to take my objective, then it comes down to secondary, so I have no idea how this battle is going to go. But there's a thorn in your side. It's this sergeant that punched a super heavy to death, and there's a missile plunging fire down. Can you hit him this time? No, you can't. Okay, now we come down to this car park, this car wreck of tanks, where there's a lot of anti-infantry fire rippling up at these two that have climbed up on this Leman Russ here. 1,000 dice rolls later, they shot everything at them, didn't kill them. That team shot everything at them and killed one, and that team shot everything at them and killed the other one.
Woohoo!
It took you 50 guardsmen and a half hour to kill 2 Space Marines. That was epic.
That was good.
Right, okay.
Those single plasma guns, totally worth having.
Yeah. Leman Russes. Plasma team, dropping plasmas in here one more time. Then the templates came in and hit 16 times. Can you wound though? On 2s. Yes you can. These breach, these don't breach, so these are 3-up saves, which I can re-roll because of heavy armour, and I get a feel no pain on it. So 3 saves in a row. And in the end you kill 2 of them. And then these are 5-up in buns. And then 5-up feel no pains. You kill 5 in total. Then 4 more wounds came through with heavy bolters, and that takes out another one. Which has pulled them out of line of sight from one of the Demolisher cannons, so there's only 2 Demolisher shells coming in, and brutal 3. Boom! And when the smoke clears, there is just 3 of the Immortals left, stood on this flank. And that's the end of the shooting phase, except for the indirect fire. And the only model I have on the table, without heavy armour, that to be fair, is a thorn in your side.
He is a thorn in my side.
Is this sergeant over here.
Yeah.
So thunder shells are trying to nuke him. Unfortunately, you have got a Vox way down there.
Yep.
That can see. So you need to re-roll a hit.
No.
And that misses.
So that's going to go
7 inches that way, 6 inches that way, indirect fire. Yeah, that's gone. Team number 2?
Team number 2.
Team number 2 doing the same thing. Need a hit.
We get the hit.
That's a hit. Then we did all the flipping, you hit 3 times.
3 hits.
2's to win.
Strength 7.
Okay, 2 wounds.
Full armour.
2 full armour saves of 3+. And I'm in range of an objective with Heart
you get
of the Legion.
For blast.
Oh yeah, he's the
Heavy.
he is the Immortal. Which I fail.
Again.
And then an Immortal in range of an objective with Heart of the Legion. And he fails that as well. And he gets taken out. And so at the end of that shooting phase, I've got an Immortal team over here that needs to take a leadership test. And at leadership 10, they hold. And there is obviously no charges from the Imperial Guard. And I'm beginning to run out of assets as we go on to turn 4. I've got the Terminator team, which looks like it's charging a tank commander, and 20 guys in these vehicles here.
Yeah.
I've got a Vindicator and this Predator still kicking it. But that's it round this flank. How am I going to stop you running to take this objective? Need to go away and have a think. In Iron Hands, turn 4. So down this side of the battle grid, we're pushing everyone get out of their vehicles. Rhino coming around here. There's going to be a lot of bolter shots into your Grenadiers. They have a 4-up save. Normally when Space Marines fire at normal infantry with a 5-up save, AP5 goes through them, but not your Grenadiers.
No, 4-up saves.
There's a couple of melters in that squad, even though they whiffed when they shot last turn. But we're going to kill them. Yep. That's the plan. I can't charge when I got out of that Rhino. It's not an assault vehicle. Clambering up and over the vehicles is the remaining Immortals. There's 2 grav guns and the Sergeant, which won't be enough to kill your tank commander. So move the Vindicator around here and didn't get mobilised. So that should be enough to kill the tank commander. And then the Terminators need to make the charge, because I'm not sure I can stop you taking my objective. Maybe, I don't know. But I need to take that objective. I need to shatter your lines, push on through. And the team inside the immobilised Land Raider have got out as well, but they had to run to get there.
Yeah.
So they've ran round.
Okay.
A lot of bodies all of a sudden pushing down towards your deployment zone. And then all the way over here, it gets very, very quiet until we get to this Predator.
Yeah.
Which I've moved round and is in range of this Malcarius.
Yes.
And if it blows up, your HQ's there.
Warlord's here, yeah.
And it could kill him.
It could.
So
Because
let's
it is
start
super
there.
heavy, so it does do the big bada boom.
Big bada boom. So a las cannon hits and Sunder doesn't do anything. I know 13. 9 plus 4 is 13. It's 13 on the front.
Yeah, got one.
It's dead.
It's dead.
It blows up 10 inches. And when it blows up, It does that number of wounds on your command squad at AP4. Strength is 8.
8, so doubling them out.
Do they get a save?
The commander will.
But you don't have to apply it to the commander because he could die from a strength 8 shot.
So it's going to kill all but... No,
all but 2, actually. Yeah, this is 10 guys
so it's all
dead.
The normal guys die.
Including the lieutenant. That's the commander with the flag.
Yep. No, the commander's there with his little red coat on.
Right. And then the
that's
flag.
The flag with him.
Okay.
Got to keep the flag.
Hits this guy up here. Wounds him. He has a 5-up ruin save. The missile launcher. And he's finally blown off of his perch. And what's the toughness of this artillery? Because I'm thinking I might be able to...
toughness 4.
So I can insta-kill them as well.
Yeah, get
Do they have 4-up saves?
And they are 4-up saves.
That nukes all of them.
Yeah, all the artillery down.
And when the dust clears, it's the commander stood there. He takes a pinning test.
He fails.
And he's pinned. He definitely goes to ground. It's definitely made a gap. Maybe he'll run off the table. That'll get me Warlord as well. Maybe. Coming over here, let's fire a couple of grav shredders into your tank commander.
Yeah, shroud this one.
You're shrouding this one because you can't take cover saves from Haywire, and because you're shrouded, only 2 of them hit. Glancing on the 2, they both glance. 2 shrouding saves. You make one fail one, and the glance counts as a pen and just shakes the tank.
Yeah.
So now the Vindicator that move round is shooting at him. I'm going to do the Hunter Killer as well because I'm seeing with side armor. The Hunter Killer does nothing. And then the straight shots are twin linked from the Magna Laser Destroyer and their ordnance against side armor. And the first one pens. And the second one doesn't pen. And the third one glances, which counts as a pen.
Yeah.
Cover saves. Negative. 2 penetrating hits at AP1.
Yep.
It's immobilized and shaken again. Okay. So it's still on 1 hull point remaining.
Still there.
So I got my land raider. It's doing exactly what it did last turn. 3 las cannons at the plasma team. 2 las cannons at the tank commander.
Yep.
Here's the 2 las cannons at the tank commander. What is that? They both hit. I need 4s. And Sunder. 1 6-up save.
Nope.
Negative. Dead tank commander. Does he go boom on a 6? He doesn't go boom. He's just a smoking wreck. And then the las cannons into the plasma layman Russ. Twin linked, non-twin linked. These are all going to need 5s to wound. With Sunder, that's 1 6-up save. No, and counts as penetrating. And that stuns 1. Okay, we're on to infantry, tactical squad, Terminators.
Yes.
Terminators do not want to shoot that team because you'll just pull from there and make my charge longer.
Okay.
So they're reloading their weapons right now as they clamber over the tank.
Okie dokie.
They're reloading. So they're, oh look, there's guys right in front of us. But we've got this team which is going to shoot.
Why don't they shoot these?
Because I want to charge them. And this tactical squad's got 20 bolters in rapid fire range shooting at those grenadiers.
Do these.
4-up saves after pulling the trigger. And only 4?
4 down.
4 down. And the Rhino fired in as well, didn't kill any more. And that's the end of my shooting phase. You've got a leadership test on the grenadiers, the ones that I just shot at.
You're good on a 7.
They're 7, they hold. Moving all the way there. It's just your tank. It's just your lord.
Just my lord.
It's your warlord. Is he going to run off the board? No,
right.
3. He's pinned. He doesn't dig himself out the shell crater he finds himself in.
Just hunkers down and sits
Holds
in it.
firm. I think that was my only shot at killing him because in 5 and 6, there's no way I'm going to get over there. And he can put his back to that thing.
Yeah, you can just tuck in.
So we have a charge. We have the Terminators, which are going to be clambering over the corpse of the tank commander.
Yep.
Trying to charge this squad down here.
Might as well Overwatch.
Might as well Overwatch. You're winning on 6s with your las guns, but that's a 6-inch charge. At the end of the charge phase, it looks like this. You've got plasma in that squad, and he killed the injured fella on Overwatch on the way in, which leaves 2 Terminators standing.
But the 38 las gun shots didn't do anything.
Yes. 2 Terminators, my Herald, my Forge Lord.
Uh-oh.
I'm unwieldy.
Yeah.
So you get to pile in and fight first. So the guard pile in. Lots of attacks.
All the attacks.
5s to hit. You're trying to hit some transhumans and that looks good. 5s to win.
5s.
Yeah. You land a couple of blows.
Couple.
Terminator plate though. 2-up saves.
Ooh,
I'm
only
good.
just.
Okay, I'm hitting you back. Here are the chain fists and thunder hammers, doing them all together because they all hit on 3s and they all just kill on 2s. Thunder hammers. That was 8. And then my warlord hits you on 2s and he rolls 3 1s. And then he's going to kill on 2s, re-rolling for shred. So 8 plus that many is 14 dead. Leadership test.
Double 1.
Double 1.
How can you not roll a double 1?
No. And I'm cataphracti. I cannot chase you.
Sweep me.
You fall back 2d6 inches. How far do you go?
8.
8 inches back with the last 6 remaining guardsmen. So they break back here, not off the battle grid yet.
No.
Right between 40 more infantry.
Yeah.
Wondering why they're running the wrong way, and then out of the flames and out of the rubble of this tank graveyard strides my Forge Father and plants the banner on the objective as we go to Imperialis Militia, turn 5. So while the commander of this militia is pinned down here, the squad that had been lurking behind this building have made a break for it and are running down towards the objective they mean to take, using the big tank as a mobile
And
pillbox.
it's called the Malcador Defender, so it's funny that they're using it to be a defence.
Brilliant. I like that. So everything else, though, is trying to put some pressure down on the Iron Hands, taking your objective.
Yeah.
This tank, no guns. That tank, lots of guns. And there's an infantry squad there.
Yeah.
The Militia shell in there will hurt. Talking about the Militia cells, this squadron that move around this way have come back around this way because I'm out of the Rhino. So there's the Militia shells that can come in here, trying to deal with the second wave and the squad. They're still there. That didn't break. They can shoot. And you've got some plasma tanks here, but only one of them shooting this turn.
Yeah.
And it's Operation Kill my Forge Father.
Yeah.
There's 2 big Vanquisher tanks that can shoot this way as well. And all of this infantry technically have a strength 2 guns and wound me on 6s.
But they could definitely have a shot.
It's a lot of shots that you want to put in
might
there.
get a shot in.
So let's unleash hell. Right. 1,000,000 dice rolls later.
Yeah.
You fired all the infantry in at the same time into my squad, which are fearless. I can't shroud.
No.
1 plasma came through, which breached. And the rest of the shots didn't get hot. So here's the breach on a 4, which I make. And these were all the shots that came through with flashlights.
Yep.
And these are all 2-up saves. And you take down 1.5 with flashlights.
Ooh.
Not bad for a squad's hitting on 5s. Yeah. There's a sergeant, a herald, and my Forge Father left. So next to the infantry, we've got the Vanquishers.
Yeah.
With the turrets pivoting all the way around.
Yeah.
Got straight shots into the Terminators. We're doing the auto cannon tracer fire again.
So
you hit once.
1 hit.
You hit again.
1 hit. Third one, no hits.
Okay, so 2 are twin linked, 2 aren't. 2 of those auto cannons though will wound on 2s.
Yep.
And so one of the wounds, I get a 2 up against that.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Close.
And then 4 twin linked shots. We have 3 hits.
Which we miss with 1, which still misses.
Okay.
Strength 9 becomes 8, so still 2s.
They all wound. And then you've got 2 more shots that aren't twin linked.
And 2 more shots that aren't twin linked.
Yes. And they don't hit.
They don't hit.
So these are brutal too.
Yes.
That's strength 8 now.
Yes.
AP 2. Right. Okay. On the Terminator. He's dead.
Okay.
Now the banner and my Forge Father both have a 3-up save.
Herald, isn't he?
So I'm going to put him on the Forge Father.
Okay.
Because the banner must not fall.
Excellent.
3-up save. And then 3-up save with Cyber Familiar. And we hold 2 las cannons from that squadron.
2 las cannons.
One of them hits. It wounds on the Forge Father. He's standing in front of the weaponry. And he holds.
Right.
1 plasma from the Plasmacutioners can fire in. Doesn't get hot, but you can hit. You can't hit. There is a Nuncio box right next to him though.
Please don't just burn all my dudes to death.
Direct the fire.
Oh,
That's
good.
2 hits. Okay. These wound on 2s. 4's breach. Both of them breach. Into my Forge Father. 3 up in buns. He holds. A couple of heavy bolters came in as well, and he takes a wound, but he has a 5 up for no pain as well.
Of course he does.
And he makes that.
Loves it.
He's fine. And that's all the firepower that can hit them, apart from some of the indirect or direct fire down there.
I don't want to put indirect fire in the middle of that.
The shots over here aren't going anywhere because you're pointing in the wrong direction, using the defender as a bunker.
Well, I'm going to put his one what's it shot into that.
So into the Predator right in front. Okay, let's fire
let's do that while we're here.
Big Demolisher shell of Doom. And that's going to miss completely.
We've
Brilliant.
got a Nuncio box.
Okay.
On the squad that are running along with it.
Yes.
We get the hit.
And that hits. It's strength 12. It's ordnance. And that's a penetrating hit. I need to make a 6 up save, or the Predator Squadron are gone.
Don't you dare.
The Predator Squadron are gone. And then we've got Demolisher shells hitting tacticals. And Demolisher shells hitting tacticals. Indirect fire and Demolisher shells came raining into this tactical squad that got out of the Land Raider last turn. And there's one left. And then Demolisher shells and the heavy bolters came in from that squad. And there's the sergeant left.
Yeah.
I've got a sergeant left and a sergeant left in both tactical squads. And then Melter and shotguns came up at the Immortals and killed one of them as well. And that is the end of your shooting phase.
Leaderships.
Yes, well, the banner's fearless.
Yeah.
It's standing, it's flapping away, it's fine. But we have a leadership test on the guy with a mace, and he holds. Leadership test on the sergeant with a fist, and he holds. And the Immortals are leadership 10, and they hold as well. That's the end of guard turn 5, and it occurs to me I've got 4 models, 6 infantry models left, pushing down towards your home objective.
Running in.
Just 6. An immobilized Land Raider, and a Vindicator, and a Rhino. That's all I've got left. Is it enough to break through? You've got one more turn of shooting.
Yeah, it looks nuts from over here. There's so many dead tanks.
Yeah, I need to somehow clear you off of that objective, because you just run onto it and swarm it. So my HQ has to charge something.
Because he can charge away, couldn't he?
He could charge away, but that would leave the banner stood on its own. That sounds like madness. But I could
the
charge,
banner's holding the objective.
and then one of the units will fall away off, and they regroup. The unit that fell back before regrouped.
They did,
So I can charge one, make one run off the table, but then the next turn, and I've got to withstand that firepower again as we go into Iron Hands turn 5. This battle has been an absolute bloodbath, and there's nothing I can do to stop the guard running and scoring this objective down here. But even if they do that, are they going to win? Because it comes down to Killmore and Warlord and things like that. You have got my Warlord, but I killed a chunk of super heavies, and I need to make some charges down this side of the battle grid. I also need to do something about those shells that you're popping in. So I moved the Vindicator around so I can shoot down into the Vanquisher squadron.
Yeah.
Because they're the biggest threat against my Warlord.
Definitely.
And the banner. And then the idea is to charge and try and remove some units. Then you'll have turn 6 to swarm objectives, and then we'll see what we do. So we're firing laser Vindicator Destroyer down into the Vanquishers here. And you're shrouding this, and the shots are twin linked. And I hit all the times. With ordnance, that's a pen. With ordnance, that's a pen. And with ordnance, 3 penetrating hits. 3 cover saves of 6 up. You make one of them. 2 shrouding saves. And you make one of them. So only one goes through. I hoped both would go through, because this could have killed both of them. Instead, it does kill one of them. That's AP1. It blows up. And it blows up 6 inches. You put the explosion on this tank, and it hits 5 of your guys.
Yes.
And wounds 5 of your guys. 5 up saves.
4 up. 5 up, yep.
So that kills 3 of them. And then they take a pinning test because they got hit by an explosion from a vehicle. Don't be pinned, and they're pinned.
That's big.
They're pinned, so in your turn, they're just staying there. At the end of the game, they're just ducking
there
and covering. So we can ignore this unit for now. Here's another unit of 6 that I charged last turn, and the other unit.
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot anything else. We'll just charge.
Yeah.
So we'll charge the unit of 6 because I don't need to worry about them.
Okay.
And that's a 3-inch charge. through terrain.
Yeah.
That'll be enough.
That gets you in.
This one can't charge anything. And we've got the Immortals and the last sergeant here charging the guys with the shotguns.
Excellent.
So you fired your melters in, you killed one of the Immortals on the way in. So that is just 2 sergeants there and battling this squad.
Yeah, they're battling.
The mace guy is going to strike first at initiative. Oh, he hits once. And kills one.
Got
Grenadiers fight back now.
fancy sergeant.
Extra attack.
Fancy weaponry.
Still hitting on 5s though. 5s to wound.
Come on.
You wound twice, and you're putting this guy on the guy with the fist who hasn't fought yet.
Yeah. No,
and he takes it, and he's the Immortal Sergeant who hits you on 3s and wounds on kills with. That's
3 more dead.
Leadership test. You need a 3. That is not
I saw
a 3.
the 1 and thought I'd made that.
No initiative. I've rolled a 3. You've rolled a 4.
I'm initiative 3. You're initiative 4.
I don't beat you.
You don't beat me.
So the sergeant does fall back. And the sergeant makes it here, getting chased down by 2 very angry sergeants. Now we come on to this squad of 6 normal guys fighting my herald and my forge father, because they get to fight first. I'm all unwieldy. You're hitting on 6s now.
It's your leadership. You're you're higher average, aren't you?
Nothing.
No.
Brilliant. And there's only 6 guys there, right? So my forge father should be able to do it on his own.
No.
Because he hits on 2s, wounds on 2s.
With shred.
Yeah, he kills 7 guys.
Yeah, but there was only 6 of them.
Yeah. And we fall back and we stand proudly on this objective. Now, in your turn 6, this unit of pin, they can't do anything. These guys are the only ones close enough to that objective to swarm it.
Yeah.
So they need to swarm it and somehow survive.
Yeah. And the sergeant can't either, can he? My lone sergeant running away.
He could regroup and then move 3 inches. That's the thing. Let's see if he
regroups.
Manages to regroup.
He does on
That's
a 6.
That's a 6. He does regroup. So we'll see how far he can move. But yeah, you're going to need multiple bodies there that stop me scoring it.
Yeah.
And then don't break in my turn 6 after I put some stuff into them.
Yeah.
If I have anything left though, because there's tanks and things looking at this squad.
Yeah.
And then if I get that and you get yours, then it comes down.
We're going to do some math, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh, don't make me count winters.
I'm going to have to make it count as we go on to guard. Turn 6. As fires burn and smoke billows across this battlefield, this brave squad of guardsmen lock down this objective, defended by the Malcador Defender.
I love that.
It's beautiful. There's nothing I'll be able to do about that. And then it all comes down to killing as many units as you can here. This is the guy that regrouped.
Yep.
1 solo guy on his own is in range of that objective.
Okay.
So you're denying me it.
Yeah.
This squad
are on it.
Are denying it.
But this lot aren't.
But this squad are pinned.
Yes.
Now, all this movement shenanigans and taking this objective could be moot if the guard managed to kill just 5 Space Marines.
Yeah.
If you kill them all,
it's
a victory.
Gotta kill them all. Pokemon.
What's that?
Pokemon. Gotta kill them all, mate.
Who does Pokemon? This is professional soldiers.
It is,
here,
but we're gonna kill them all.
Okay.
Gotta kill them all.
So Plasmacution is firing in. Have you made space with the large blast? Where's the large blast?
It's really close.
What could go wrong?
What could ever go wrong?
Yeah.
So first we check if they both get to fire.
Right.
They both get to fire.
Okay, no get hot.
No
right.
get hot.
Fortunately, there's a few Nuncio boxes looking straight at him.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. That's a hit.
We got a hit.
That's pretty good.
Cool. And then the second one.
Yes.
Gets a hit.
That's a hit as well. 4 hits. Breach on 4s. Okay, so these are 2-up saves, which I can... Is that?
Yeah, it's a 6. You're fine.
Which I can re-roll. These are 3-up invulnerable saves.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine. 8 heavy bolter shots from the same squadron. 4s to hit. 1 wound.
1 wound.
2-up save on my Forge Father. He's alive.
He's alright.
So that's 1 squadron down. The Demolisher squadron, there's just 1 that can draw line of sight through and in. And that hits as well. This is brutal 3.
Yes.
2s to wound. They both wound. A brutal 3, full saves.
Yeah.
And it's a template weapon, so I can re-roll it.
Yeah.
But failed save will kill me.
Aren't these the rending ones on 6s?
Yeah, 1 rends on a 6. So 3 2-up saves first. Forge Father. He's fine. And then the 3 rending saves.
Yeah.
3 ups.
3 ups.
No! The Forge Father falls.
Oh, no, you can't
That was an
reroll your
invulnerable
invul.
save, yeah. Because of the rending, that kills him. That's a strength 11 shot, doubles him out. So you've got a Vanquisher and a Vanquisher.
Yeah.
Shooting at the banner.
Yeah. So we have the autocannons.
Autocannons, both hit. And okay, so 2 autocannons hit.
Yeah.
They wound on 2s. One of them rends. That's a 3 up in bun. And make the save. And then 4 shots come through on 4s twin linked from the Vanquisher Battle Cannon. Twin linked because of the coaxial.
Should we keep it on the table?
And this is all AB2.
This is all AB2. So rolling to wound. So 2s.
Okay. That's 6 damage.
Brutal 2, yeah.
And this becomes 8, strength 8. So this will double him out.
Yeah.
But he's got 3 up in bun with the Cyber Familiar.
Can't possibly fail it. But
well,
these aren't blasts, so you don't get to re-roll it.
I don't get to re-roll it.
Anything.
So 6 of these to make. He's alive.
Oh, don't.
He's dead.
Yes!
The banner falls.
Yes!
Banner falls, but it's not over. I've got one more model down here that can score, which is this guy with a mace. And also a guy behind the tank, which can't be seen at the moment. Well, there's a big tank there, but he can't be seen by all this mess. So you got to kill the guy with the mace as well. They're pinned, they're snap firing. These guys, a lot of them can still see. 2 snap firing plasma shots from 1 squad. And one of them hits.
Got a hit.
Even after he was pinned.
And
it doesn't work. Brilliant. And then the 2
and then the 2
not
successful. The good plasmas.
Yes. Both of them hit.
Oh, they're getting their eye in now.
And 1 breaches.
And 1
There's a little bit of cover. There's a big tank track in the way.
Definitely.
This is a 3 up. And this is a 6 up. He gets taken down.
1 more down.
Then all the las guns would have pummeled that
guy,
tactical dude to death. Now I've only got 1 scoring model left down here. And it's the sergeant with a fist. And he's looking at Lehman Russ with a demolisher cannon.
Gets
and
the
you
hit.
hit. And it's strength 12.
1 hit.
Don't roll a 1.
It's a 6.
It's a 6, which rends, it's brutal, it's nasty. And it's right in front of the tank. And he gets blown up. At this point, a cheer goes up amongst the Imperial Guard defenders. Because I cannot take that objective.
Way.
And you've taken that objective down over here. Which will get you 5 points plus 1 for my Warlord.
And there was much rejoicing.
And there was much rejoicing. I've taken out 3 super heavies.
Yeah.
Which makes it 6 points to 3. And then we need to figure out who killed more.
Yeah.
But even if I killed more, at this stage, I cannot win this
No,
day.
because you only get 1 more.
So it will be a victory for the Imperialis Militia in this tank graveyard.
Good game, dude.
And this is the way the world ends. What was that?
That is their first victory.
What do you mean their first victory?
That's their first scene on their own, playing without Marine allies.
Right.
That is their first solo victory.
Because you've ran this a couple of times against friends and things.
9, 10 times.
And
they're
you've
literally
not won?
like, they were 0 for 9. Yeah.
And
the problem is they kill so much early.
Yeah.
And then think Marines get near them and they just rip them to pieces and they run away really easily.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, at the start of the thing, I would have put money on you not being able to take this objective.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So many guns and such and things, but somehow, some way, you managed to break on
the
through.
Malcador Defender, that's what did it.
The Malcador Defender defending them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a really long side profile to hide guys behind.
It is. Well, you kept cagey with your guys back there enough to throw some firepower in, and whereas the first couple of turns of shooting didn't do much, chipping away the wounds eventually cracked them.
Yeah.
And there was enough pressure in the middle to keep me occupied with the 20 Terminators. I mean, I tried to get the Gorgons over there, but the Gorgons couldn't even get there.
Yeah.
And then I knew, I was feeling, keeping those guys inside the transport.
I think that was definitely a good shout.
Well, at the time,
went through them.
See, I knew keeping them in there was a good idea. Because at the time when I was keeping him in there, I thought, am I being too cautious? Am I being too cowardly? Maybe I could get them out and start killing some infantry, but as soon as I got them out, then the demolishers just remove them.
Less demolishers and things like that
on
the table, and more guard. Because, I mean, we said this last time, the thing that this army really fear is Volkite and bolters.
Yeah.
Because bolters are just nuts when you get near. You get in half range and a 10-man squad can be just blowing apart an entire squad of guard every turn.
Yeah. But in the end, the banner fell. I wasn't able to take that objectives, but I killed a lot of tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I killed like 10 tanks, maybe 12 tanks. I killed a lot of tanks. There was a lot of death, a lot of explosions. That was absolutely glorious.
It was glorious.
We do hope you enjoyed that battle report. Check out marchofwar.co.uk for scenery, for scenic bases, for all the bits and things that you want to add to your models and the breaching shields and the goodness. He also sells penguins, wild animals, trips to McCrag, trips to the Eye of Terror, things like that. Some of the things that I've been saying you sell, probably you don't sell. Do you have any penguins?
I haven't got any penguins.
You don't have any penguins. So there is something you don't sell.
Need penguins.
Penguins.
You're telling me you need a penguin?
Who doesn't want a penguin?
Everybody wants a penguin.
Penguins are lovely. They're shaped like a rugby ball. I bet you could boot them for miles.
I bet they would.
Do hope you enjoyed that battle report. Happy wargaming.